No, yeah, you're not a husband. You gotta get Carrie. You gotta get Carrie in this. You gotta get Carrie in this, and then you're a husband.
En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú.
Oh yeah, I had a question. So we had people yesterday asking when we were talking about the puzzles being available. Yeah, there were people in the chat who were like, well, does that apply to the China market that they don't ship to because they don't ship to New Zealand and Australia? So will they not have availability?
En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú.
Yeah.
En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú. En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú. En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú. En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú. En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú. En Caja Rural no cerramos oficinas en pueblos y ciudades. Estamos a tu lado cada vez con más oficinas, más personas y en más lugares. Con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú.
Ourselves on the screen about now. We're
Buenos
on.
días, desde la cúpula del Milenio,
Say hello to everyone around the world. Hello.
transmitiendo
around the world.
en directo esta última jornada en la que vamos a vivir una emocionante final por equipo. Charlie Kendall, buenos días.
Eva Calleja, here I am, my companion on stage up here. Yes, welcome to the final day and the final event of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2024.
Esa final por equipos que irá seguida de la entrega de premios. Ayer por la tarde vivimos la final por parejas, la final individual. Todos los ganadores, todas las ganadoras subirán a este escenario cuando acabemos esta prueba por equipos, un poquito después.
Well, we'll have the prize ceremony a little later on, an hour or so after this is finished. So can you live up to the pairs final and the singles finals, which were incredibly exciting? It was so tense in here. I hope you can live up to those two finals, amazing finals that we had last night.
Hace unos minutos hemos repasado ya las normas, las reglas de este concurso, así que solamente recordar que se enfrentan a dos puzzles de 1000 piezas y tendrán un total de 3 horas.
So between you and Glory, 2 1,000-piece puzzles, 3 hours in which to do them.
Pues solamente quiero que los jueces nos digan si está todo ok,
So
si
we
ya
just
tenemos
wait.
todo organizado y perfectamente preparado en la sala.
Do we wait-
Fernando,
do
tenemos
we have
todo
the
ok.
okay from the
Nos
judges?
piden un segundito. Están ultimando algún detalle. Estos equipos que ya están a punto de tomar esa primera decisión estratégica importante,
We've
que
been-
será por cuál de los dos puzzles que les propone la organización comienzan. Hay que recordar algo fundamental, y es que estos dos puzzles son puzzles inéditos. Son
And
del
remember-
catálogo de Robinsburger del año 2025.
So remember, these are 2 previously unpublished puzzles. They'll have the logo of World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship on them and should be available around the world, we hope, soon.
Las voluntarias, los voluntarios que hoy, de nuevo, desde primerísima hora de la mañana, lo están dando todo. Son grandes, se merecen nuestra admiración, nuestro agradecimiento y nuestro aplauso.
So yeah, once again, we say it often, but could we have another round of applause for our volunteers and organizational team, the crew. Can I just say also a special mention to the crew yesterday? If you look back at yesterday's solo final, you'll think there were maybe 40 cameras. There are 4 cameras here. They managed to cover everyone. You were going, someone finishing here, finishing there. They managed to get nearly all of you without knocking your puzzles over. So again, another, come on, give them it's amazing. And that's what you've been seeing around the world as well. We've got limited resources here, but really, the images they've come up with, the floor team, has been just quite extraordinary this year.
Acabo de recibir el ok por parte de todo el equipo, así que Charlie, si te parece, vamos a hacer por última vez una pregunta.
Eva, well, for one last time in this year's World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship 2024, the question is,
¿Estáis preparadas y
you
preparados?
ready to puzzle?
Vamos
Let's
allá en
do it.
5,
4,
4, 3, 2, 1. Adelante.
Puzzle teams, and good luck.
The timer hasn't started. The timer hasn't. Ah!
And we're often racing people. Good
Hello,
luck.
everybody.
It's Diane Healy from Australia. We are back. We survived yesterday,
Yes.
and with me is the incredible one and only Valerie Coit. Welcome back, Valerie.
What a start to today. It's a little chaotic, folks. We just started a little later, but you know, it's going to go quickly regardless. We have 3 hours in this competition. As Yarn mentioned, I'm Valerie Coit, and I'm so excited that you're joining us. This is the final competition of the 2024 World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. As you can see, we are in a packed house. Let's get to it, Yarn. Let's look at these puzzles.
Look at the
We've
rainbow
got
of
2
colours in the team shirts.
Now, I got to make sure, because there are 2. Now, did they, I can't believe I'm asking this, but did they open both, or did they just open the one, correct? Or did they get to
Take the one
decide?
that we're
Yeah.
seeing,
I'm
just
seeing
in-
this
just in
one.
case.
Yeah, no, okay. We're seeing, so there's 2 puzzles
Oh,
in this
wow.
round. And the puzzlers get 2 puzzles, 1,000 pieces each. And they have 3 hours to finish them and try to race to the end. And they do get to open both and decide which one of them they want to do first. And both of them are beautiful, colorful, just
And difficult.
gorgeous. Oh, you think?
I
Let's
do.
show the audience here what we're looking at. So here are your 2 puzzles for this round. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. Okay, so this one,
They're pretty,
yeah,
but I
this
wouldn't
one,
call them easy.
no, maybe not. This one's called Magical Rainforest. It's by Caroline Alfreds. And what
this
have you got
one
there?
is Canal Cruise in Venice.
Oh my gosh.
And can you see the artist?
Oh,
It's
it's
by
an MGL.
MGL.
Yeah, it looks like it's from a design studio. So,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
So
But look at that. So it's going to be interesting to see what the teams chose for their first
Yeah.
puzzle. I don't know what I would say about which one's easier. I think maybe this one.
I was gonna say that.
Are we going to fight again, Dion? Are we going to argue
I
again?
love this.
I'm
And we're
not
going to
sure.
justify why we've chosen. Excuse me, my voice is hoarse from yesterday.
No, you're are you going to make it?
Yesterday for me was the most exciting day in World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship events.
Yeah.
The roof of this dome absolutely lifted off
Yeah.
yesterday. We
Right.
couldn't hear each other.
No.
We actually had to lean forward and see from our guests who was actually speaking
Yeah.
because
You
it was
couldn't hear
so
each other.
loud and it was
Yeah.
so exciting. And once they started finishing, there was a finish every couple of seconds, so the cheering just kept going. It was consistent all day. It was fabulous.
Yeah, no.
So I apologize for my
Right, no,
throat.
I agree with you. I was doing well too, and then towards the end of the night, we were having to yell just to be able to hear each other, or because it was so,
exciting.
incredibly loud and exciting here in the dome. So yeah, I'm excited to see what people chose. I mean, right from the table here, we can see we have a great view of the Aussie all-star team, and they've chosen the magical rainforest, and then on the other side of the table we can see the U.S. Oddbirds. I feel like they planned this for us, Diarn, so we each have a team to root for from our home countries, and they chose the other one.
They're the only tables we can actually see clearly. We've got a USA and an Australian team, so forgive us when we get a little bit excited. And Valerie's just communicating with the sound technician. So before things get a little bit crazy, I would like to share some information with everybody out there. Since the world is watching this event, I would like to share that yesterday I was speaking with some puzzlers from Ireland and some puzzlers from Switzerland, and I am so pleased to inform you that they are in the process of creating an Irish Jigsaw Puzzle Association, and there will be a Switzerland Jigsaw Puzzle Association added to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Federation umbrella. So if you are an Irish puzzler and you'd like to be involved in puzzle activities, puzzle get-togethers, puzzle races, please keep an eye out for a Facebook page coming. It's not there yet, but it will be coming shortly, a Facebook page for the Irish Jigsaw Puzzle Association and the Switzerland Jigsaw Puzzle Association. I also had a rumour there's going to be a Japan Jigsaw Puzzle Association. So
that's exciting.
puzzlers, there is going to be a whole load of fun for you. And with these associations come national Jigsaw Puzzle championships, which then lead to worlds. So there was also a newly created German Jigsaw Puzzle Association this year. So if you're watching from any of those countries and you're not aware that these associations exist or are coming, please keep your eye out on Facebook and Instagram for these exciting new associations.
I'm seeing people in the chat that are excited and say, yep, this sport is just going to keep growing, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The attendance here doubled this year from last year. I feel like that happens every year. I don't know what we're going to do in the future. I think, this year, luckily, I think we were able to accommodate most people that wanted to participate. I would imagine in future years, you're going to need to get signed up early in order to make sure you secure a spot.
There will be a day that qualifying might be a situation. But as my role as the Vice President of the World Jigsaw Federation, I don't necessarily get that involved in the running of this particular race. However, my area for the association is more about supporting the associations around the world. So I like to form relationships with them. I keep the communication open and I support them where I can. So if there's anybody out there who's a puzzler in a country that doesn't have an association as yet, please reach out to the World Jigsaw Federation and we would love to help you. We will hold your hand through the process. It's not as complicated as you might think. Basically, if you want puzzle races, step up, put your hand up to start the association. You will have helpers that will help you do it, and it's a whole load of fun, and the community you create will just be so beautiful. So we want associations all around the world, and also, as in my role, I am also in the process of liaising with the International Olympic Committee.
What? Diarn, you're saving all the big news, I feel like, just to, you know, announce in the live stream and blow us all away. This is really going to maybe happen at some point.
My goal is to have speed puzzling at the 2032 Olympics in Brisbane, Australia.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Well, that would be suitable considering Australia has such a strong, you know, jigsaw puzzling, you know, like lineup with tournaments and like regionals and championships, and that's so exciting.
So this is my goal. I know there are lots of hoops to jump through. I know it's a very, very long process, and I'm up for it. So I'm putting it out there. We are trying to get speed puzzling at the Olympics. I think the next Olympics is a little bit too soon because of what's involved. So if any puzzlers out there have any contacts or information that may assist me,
people in the chat are going a little crazy right now, so that's exciting.
You can email me at australia@worldjigsawpuzzle.org, as I am actively, as the Vice President of the World Federation, working on getting us into the Olympics.
That's
and yes, I do not hesitate when I say that speed puzzling is a sport.
Oh, that's awesome. I should point out, yes, Charlie has joined us here.
Good morning. Good morning, Dion. Good morning, Valerie. Well, I mean, that's
Good morning, Charlie.
That's a bombshell to start off the morning with. That's, I mean, that's,
I feel like we should have started with that, like at the beginning of this 5 days. We could have been pumping it up the whole time, Dion, but you saved a really exciting announcement for the end, so I love it.
And I've got it all out while I still have a voice.
Well, that could not be more exciting. It really certainly deserves to be.
I agree.
And it would be wonderful to.
I agree. It's I think the people on the live stream will agree. It is a spectator sport. The way people viewed puzzling before competition puzzling came about, they always thought it was an old person's activity, and it was a slow and I wouldn't say boring, because it's very therapeutic for the people who do it, but definitely not a spectator sport. But watch this and you will change your mind. It's a fantastic spectator sport. It's exciting. It's fascinating. So yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it will be very popular at the Olympics.
I think
there'll be a lot of people discovering it for the first time and saying, I had no idea. But it's fabulous.
Yeah, very exciting.
There's our Aussie team.
So Charlie, any updates from the floor?
Well, the floor, I was going to say that I had a look around. I personally, just again, a very rough estimate, I would say most people are in the jungle. I would say maybe, again, very, very roughly, maybe 60-40, 2/3 maybe are in the jungle. I think.
Okay.
There's no. It's just on a quick scout around.
Scan. Yep.
And so, what do we think? What about these choices for the of puzzle?
I believe they're both difficult.
I don't know. I think they're going to be fast. I mean, I think they play well into a lot of the American puzzlers' strengths. They're both illustrations. They're both very colorful. They're both busy puzzles. But, I mean, I think there's so many people here where is everything your strength? I mean,
actually,
where they just repeatedly surprise us and perform amazingly well no matter what gets thrown at them. So I think we have a lot of puzzlers here who've prepared by doing just every sort of puzzle they can get their hands on to just make sure that they are going to be able to tackle whatever comes out of that Robinsburger bag as they get started. So,
and you would think that at this level you would almost have someone in your team who excels in each style of puzzle. So you'll have a landscape puzzler, you'll have someone who just loves sky, you'll have someone who loves busy puzzles, you'll have someone who really enjoys artistic puzzles. Like there's so many different styles of puzzles, and you know, collage puzzles. I think you'd almost have someone from your team who does all of it, or one person at least who excels in those genres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those who noticed that we haven't got the time up, we started. We're a little bit late. The stopwatch is on. We'll hopefully have it up on the screen for you as soon as possible.
Yeah, the stopwatch is running. It's
the
just
stopwatch
not
is running.
connecting properly to the live stream, I
we
believe.
will keep you.
Yeah.
We are about 11 minutes in, perhaps.
Yep.
We started a little bit
12
late.
minutes, yeah.
We've had a few glitches this week, should we say?
Yeah, I mean, anytime your competition doubles in a year, I think it gets more complicated. I mean, right now we have 108 teams in this division.
You times that by 4, so
right.
432 people
exactly,
currently puzzling.
Exactly. Giant crew of volunteers that are ready to be going around marking down times. I've seen a lot of great questions in the chat, so I'll try to clarify some things for you. So like I said, each team was given 2 1,000-piece puzzles. They could decide which one they wanted to do first. They have to complete the puzzle. A judge will come over as they're nearing completion. They will write down their time immediately for when they finish, and then they are given permission, okay, take that one apart. They have to have it completely disassembled, and then they can open the next one.
So off the table.
Yep, so that's how that will work. And as we've seen, they do these beautiful puzzles, and then they don't even get a chance to look at it before it's folded and in the box. And I always think it's funny if
no
somebody,
appreciation.
yeah, if somebody stops to take a photo, I'm like, you're not a serious puzzler. It's like that is wasted seconds.
They don't even do the hand rub over the puzzle pieces. No, they don't even get a chance to do the very satisfactory hand rub at the end, because it's like, no, that thing goes in the box immediately as soon as the judges confirm their time. So, I mean, we got to highlight, of course, some of our top teams. One of the things with this, you've seen in previous rounds, you know, teams sharing tables. They don't have to share a table this time because, you know, of the size of the puzzle. I'm also noticing that the volunteers did put 2 sheets of the white plastic on all the tables this time around. So their spare pieces don't need to be on the fabric.
On the cloth, which I think is really nice. That was something we talked
gave
about
them a choice
yesterday.
as well. We just said, we said you're going to find 2 vinyls on every table, 2 table mats, and the white sheets that you see, and they can decide. There's a team there who've decided not to use it. On the top left we can see, and then the rest of them, well, no, the top right either. And the bottom teams have decided to spread the vinyls out over the table. So
I think in the past the concern has been because there's a split in the panels, do pieces slide under there? I could see that potentially happening. I could see a scenario where we have a missing piece and then it's between the 2 things. So that is a danger. I think if I was one of these teams, I would be keeping the whole puzzle on just one of them, so it's not over the split or something like that.
See the Aussie team
they
down
have it
there.
on one side.
They've done that.
Hannah, Katrina, Rihanna, and Mel. You can see that's exactly what they've done. They're working on the left-hand side as we see it. And the puzzle's being built very much on their right-hand side.
And they're seeing it there with the Canadian team as well. And they're
you don't want it over the split because any movement. And that could spell disaster.
Exactly.
It's our Aussie All-Stars, and they are All-Stars.
It was one of my moments of the week, actually, was Hannah, just the sheer happiness,
her dancing,
surprise, the dancing when they finished the semi-final and they came first and they were just, what, we're first? No, what? It was just
Melissa described it. She said Hannah just screamed at the end, and Melissa said her scream just went right through her, and it hit Melissa then. When Hannah screamed, it just registered with Melissa what they'd achieved. So that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And I was speaking with Katrina and her beautiful husband Bevan this morning.
Yes.
And I told Katrina how she had me crying. And her husband was crying while we were talking about it. He's still crying. It's so now Charlie's crying.
Don't tell them.
It was so beautiful. Like
don't say that.
Support. It was just gorgeous.
I'm meant to be a man.
Here we recognize Kiara there. She's been on.
You recognize what it means to these people.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's just the week. You just we're running on fumes by the end of it because it's so intense, but it's just, it's all, you're listening again, we always say it, do come along. You do not need to be trying to match these people. You can come along and people that we've had, Alfonso's mother, 94-year-old, she's been puzzling this week. So
Aw,
we've
she
got
is the
Missed that.
She is the oldest competitor. We gave her a shout out, I think, on one of the first live streams
Yes.
of our oldest and youngest competitors.
Yes.
So that's very exciting that she's able to participate.
It really is for everybody.
Yes.
It really
Oh,
is
yeah.
genuinely for
100%.
everybody.
And I think that's what makes the puzzle community so special, because everybody is in it and everybody has a place here. It's really special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I go through one of my other favorite moments, which is yesterday? So those of you who follow us will know that Alejandro Clemente has been, for the last 2 years, for 2022, 2023, was the world champion. He also won in pairs last year. And it's just but he's just such a lovely young man. And yesterday he came fourth. He lost his crown yesterday. But he did
No, he came in 8th.
Oh, sorry, he came in 8th. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry.
Thank you for
Yeah.
correcting that.
Yes.
He didn't win, and he lost his crown in the pairs. But he did a fist pump. Yes, we did it, and
Yeah.
was excited, a huge smile on his face. There was not a hint of disappointment. That he was happy. He's happy for the other people. He went and congratulated them, and it was just
That's
such
so
a
him.
wonderful,
Yeah.
such a big thing to do, and such a humble thing to do, and that really is genuinely what he's like, and what all of these people are like. They're competitive, but there's no begrudging anyone else a victory.
No.
Yes, right.
It just feels so clean and
Yeah.
wholesome.
Yes, exactly.
It's unique. The
Unique.
puzzling,
It is
the
unique.
speed puzzling community is very unique.
Yeah, and we've
Certainly.
talked about this. I mean, a lot of the times as a competitor, when you're coming in, we're seeing really good progress there from we put the
That's
Betcha and You
fine.
Betcha
put the
team
bet-
from the
There
U.S.
we go. You're
But
Minnesotans.
I noticed the Czech puzzlers a little bit ago. They were also doing quite well, which we expect. They're at table number 1. Teresa Marqueta, Katerina, and Jana. who
What
are
a team.
all- literally all of them have won a gold medal at
They're all
the World
champions.
Championships. It's
Aussie's
insane to
going
think
well.
about. They've all come in first at different World Championship events, and then they're on one team. But yeah, no, we talk a lot about how most of the puzzlers come into this event just wanting to beat their own personal records potentially, and feeling a great sense of accomplishment if they achieve that goal. It's not so much
yeah.
about who you're competing against so much as just wanting to feel like you did your own best. And so I think that's a really lovely aspect of this competition. I mean, go ahead, Bjorn.
At our national level and our state competitions, I'm aware that people are at that event and their goal is to finish the border before the time. And do you know what? If they do it, we celebrate it.
Oh, for sure.
If you know that's their goal, that's an achievement worth celebrating. And some people say to just sit in one place for 2 or 3 hours is their goal.
I've told people that as well. I mean, to just sit down and complete a puzzle without doing anything else is something that most people have never done. I mean, if you sit down with another person and you finish a 500-piece puzzle in 3 hours, there's not a lot of people that can actually say that
Non-stop.
they've done that, right? I have a whole list of highlights. I mean, I kind of started to put that together. And I mean,
Oh, wow.
I think what we were just talking about, that, that personal achievement, I think such a great example of it is individual semifinal 1. Everybody go check that out. At the end of that live stream at about the 1 hour, 20-minute mark, we saw one player left. We had an hour and a half for those folks to finish their puzzle, and the room was cleared out because they had moved on. These were all people that made it through into the semi, and we were shocked. That was the first time I think this has ever happened at Worlds, where the entire room is done puzzling except for one puzzler, and she had about 10 minutes left, and Gosia from Poland, we had her on the next day, or the next round in the live stream, and the entire crowd was chanting and
It was
clapping, and it was
incredible.
just incredible to watch her get
It
this.
was unbelievable.
Yes.
Well, I was giving her the 5-minute warning.
Yeah, and then she's like putting her thumbs up, like, I'm gonna do this, and
Yeah.
everybody
Yes,
was
it
on.
was-
She's
on
like,
her
let's
side.
go team.
Right?
They were all behind
Yes,
her.
everybody was just cheering her on.
That was the most goosebumpy feeling
was
for
Right?
me.
amazing. It was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
I've never witnessed
Yeah,
that
it was-
before.
it-
And it highlighted, we talk about the support, like where
Yes.
everyone's in it together. We're not against each other. Everyone's supporting each other. The entire room was behind her.
Yes.
The entire room celebrated her finishing that puzzle.
It was just incredible. And then it was so adorable because she came on the next live stream. I saw her and I was like, okay, you got to come over and talk about what just happened. And she was like, I loved it. I love being the center of attention.
Yeah.
And she's like, my family never sees me on the live stream because she's like, I'm not that fast, you know? And then here she gets to be on there for like 10 minutes as she's completing her puzzle. But yeah, it was very exciting.
We do get a lot of people, you hear it a lot, oh, I don't want to come last. I just don't want to come last.
It's not last.
In
Right?
speed puzzling, it's kind of no such thing. And
No,
when you
exactly.
look at Gosha, look how, like, she wasn't last. She had made it to that stage. She finished
Yeah.
her puzzle.
Exactly.
It's almost like
exactly.
last doesn't exist. But to take the longest to finish your puzzle, no one in the room cares.
No, they
And
really don't.
we celebrate
Yes.
that finish as much as we celebrate every other finish in the
Yes.
room.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
the people who have a fear of going to a puzzle competition, no matter how big or small, please don't be afraid of being last. Not a single person in the room is going, oh, look, they're last.
No, right?
Not a single
No.
person in the room. It is, and you won't actually believe me until you come to an
Yeah,
event and you
yep.
witness it. But please take my word for it. People coming last is just not a thing in speed puzzling. We all just puzzle.
I love this. Cackle Barnacle said, you're not last. You're still faster than the person who didn't try at all.
Exactly.
Oh my
That's
goodness,
lovely.
I love that
Yep.
so much.
I've noticed we've got the clock finally.
Yes, I
The
was going to
clock's
say,
up on
it's
the
been up for
screen.
about 6 minutes,
6
I think
minutes.
now. Yeah, I noticed it around, I think,
Oh, well,
the
that's-
17-minute mark. It popped up on
I've
the
been
screen.
concentrating on the puzzling.
No, that's okay.
I'm going to leave.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm going to
okay.
leave you. I'm going to leave you.
All
Very,
right.
I will be back later on, but I'm going to because I know you've got lots of people you want to see today.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you could bring
and
Pin in
I'm
over from
going
Turkey,
to
that
help
would be-
you
yeah.
feed you
Yep.
some people
Yeah.
Thank you,
we've been
Charlie.
wanting to talk to for a long time. So we're going to try and get them into thick and fast.
Yeah,
have
that'd
some
be great.
conversations with lots of because it's the last chance to do so.
Right?
You've heard plenty from me, so I will get on. I will come back and.
Thanks for being our amazing, I don't know what the word is for it.
No, neither do I.
Go
Dog's
to
body.
Head Honcho. Go to Head Honcho.
Head honcho.
He was in a Daily Telegraph article. If you guys
Yes.
want to check it out, they had a reporter here from the Daily Telegraph. I read the article. It was delightful.
Yes.
The person was very complimentary about the event and just what it was like as not really a speed puzzler to come and participate. So I encourage you to check
Anakin
that
was
out.
mentioned, and my university friend Steve, who's staying with
Yes.
me, was interviewed outside as well. And said, "Hey, can I have your thoughts about it?" But then I was just the head honcho, unnamed.
Yeah, which is apt. I think Head Honcho is
Head honcho.
appropriate.
I wouldn't have. It's not a word I wouldn't have called myself that, but I will accept it if others are willing to do so.
All right, thank you, Charlie.
I will go and look for some people and hopefully have you lined up with
Of
some amazing
course.
guests. Well, they will be amazing.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that
I
very
think-
shortly.
yeah.
So, and I'll catch up with you later on.
I think we're going to
Thanks,
dive into
Charlie.
these puzzles a little bit because I'm sort of shocked right now that we haven't argued more.
All right, let's get into arguing.
We got to get into arguing because
Before we argue, can I just, I mean, other than enjoying my Aussie team in front there, I am noticing we're getting a lot of overview views of the puzzlers where you
Yeah.
can see almost everybody in the room. I know there's a lot of people at home who really want to see the whole room because that's their friends and family they're trying to see. It's a tough decision for the cameramen to make because we're at the finals in the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships, and this is the only time that people get to see how the fastest puzzlers in the world complete a puzzle.
Right.
So they're wanting to show the fastest puzzlers we have so that people at home can see something they've never seen before. But at the same time, like we had just seen then, we do know you want to see your family. So they do try and mix it up, and we apologise if you're not seeing your friends or family enough.
Yeah. Oh, wow, look
it's
at
a
that.
tricky decision
Those
to make.
Czech puzzlers there are doing quite well, and this is the Hungarian team with Mercedes, who's kind of a celebrity, I would say, here, and Vanda too, her pair's teammate. Yeah, I mean, I'm blown away right now looking at these teams. I mean, they're making excellent progress for how, close. I mean, we're 26 minutes in. We've talked about this. I haven't made any predictions yet, but I think typically, like last year when we got to the teams final, we were seeing teams complete puzzles at around the 40-minute mark. I don't think we're far off from that. I think that could happen in this round. I think these puzzles remind me a little bit of last year in that they are kind of busy puzzles. If you go to the worldjigsawpuzzle.org website, you can look at the past results, see what puzzles they've done previously. But yeah, I'm just really curious to talk a little bit more about the puzzles. And well, lo and behold, we have the perfect person to talk about them with. We have Free from Robinsburger.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, and
Welcome,
so
Free.
if anybody can tell us a little bit more about these puzzles, it would be Free, right? Because these are Robinsburger puzzles, our primary event sponsor. And I should point out, these are unreleased puzzles. There's no way that any of these teams would have completed these puzzles before this event. So this is the first time we're seeing them, and
Exactly.
how exciting.
Yes, yes. And personally, I really love these two images. But of course, Valladolid is my favorite.
Yeah, we had a kind of signature puzzle yesterday, yes, right?
And for these all exclusive puzzles we provided for this year's events, we try to keep as much diversity as we can. As you can see that we
very
have
different.
animals, but we also have this kind of city views. And yesterday, Valladolid is another style to illustrate the city. So, and given the style of the images, we try to keep it as colorful. Then we try to balance the difficult and the beauty.
Yes,
Oh,
they
wow.
are both beautiful puzzles. I'll give you that. They're both
definitely.
beautiful and very different styles.
Yes.
We disagree on which one is the hardest. Which one do you feel is the hardest out of the two?
I think for our puzzlers, no one is hard.
Yes. You're acknowledging the sheer talent that we have here at the World Championships.
I think to me why I looked at the cityscape one and you know, it looks like Venice Canal, you know, I think the reason I immediately thought that looked slightly easier is because you have lines, you have, you know, a lot of details, and I think things you can easily pick out. But when I look at the magical rainforest, I see a lot of green, and I feel like that could present a challenge because most of it is green. I mean, you do obviously have the sloth and the bright colored parrot and the mynah bird and the monkey and the snake, but you know, it's a lot of green.
Yeah, that's
So
true. Fair
that
point,
to me
fair
is,
point.
you know, and now watching, I feel like maybe I'll be validated because I feel like the Hungarian team with the Brigittas and there's two people named Brigitte and Mercedes and Vanda, and now we're seeing Busy Birdies. I feel like their progress on that puzzle is a little bit quicker
They
than
are
what we're
ahead.
seeing on
You're
the
right.
magical rainforest.
You're right. There,
You're
on
right.
the Canal Cruise in Venice puzzle, there are lots of lines. Whether it be the buildings, the windows, even the bridge and the pillars in the water, the paving on the ground, the legs on the tables, like there are lines everywhere. The tower in the background. It's full of lines.
Yeah.
The colours, I think it's the colouring that made me think this was harder.
It's a little darker, maybe, and it's a little bit more. It has a tone. It has like an orange tone over the whole puzzle.
Yes, there's some unnatural lighting that is throwing me.
Right.
I think.
But you're looking at it there, it looks quite
pretty
bright.
fast.
Right? It's well, yeah.
And bright.
Yeah, but it looks bright, you know, so then I think, oh, maybe I'm imagining it's going to be darker than it actually is. And I feel like, we're seeing, so this team is like an American super team. That's the Jean and Kathy Reuter, Andrea Peng and Becky Taylor, who are all incredibly fast puzzlers. Here we're seeing Team Nonstop. This is Alejandro's team. And, you know, they've won this in the past, so of course we can look for them to do really well. Yeah, I mean,
This team is flying.
yeah, they're really flying.
From
I'm
the
so
USA.
excited for them because I think, you know, when we heard that those, and there's the Czech puzzle queens, Teresa Marqueta, Katrina, and Jana, and
That
they're also flying.
That really is a
Yeah.
team of champions right there, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, I think this is
gosh, that looks
Alejandro's team.
beautiful.
Yeah, this is Alejandro's team. I think Busy Birdies are ahead of them slightly, as well as Mercedes. We haven't seen the Hungarian team in a minute, but I thought they looked the farthest along.
Yes, I agree. Do you know what? Alejandro has as being the previous world champion 2 years in a row, he is also a really good team puzzler.
Yes.
Yes, he
he's
is.
very good at puzzling
Yes.
with other people.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that guy can't do?
I know. And it's been an exciting time because, Alejandro didn't finish as the world champion and he didn't finish as the pairs champion this year. But, I mean, it's not as if, he's a slouch. I mean, Alejandro is still an incredibly impressive puzzler to watch.
True.
There at the top, we briefly just saw Karen Puzzle's Some Assembly Required team also doing well.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you, Free, if you can talk a little bit about the puzzles. I know, they are specifically made for the World Jigsaw Puzzle
Yes.
Championship. We've had lots of people asking about getting the puzzles. Can you
Yeah.
talk a little about that?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
So all our exclusive puzzles will be available next Monday on our website, except for US. US will have pre-order or lottery system first, and the products could be available around mid of October.
Okay.
So our website will cover Germany, UK, and France.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's
well, thank you for the
product availability.
clarification.
Yeah.
I know there's
My
been
pleasure.
a lot of different things going around and people
Yeah.
in the chat trying to figure it out, but I mean, when in doubt, I think go to the Robinsburger website, correct? Because I know that there's an FAQ there and people can find out some information there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
As well as Robinsburger Global social media and Robinsburger North America social media. They've been posting a lot about it. So just go and check those things out to find out how you can get these puzzles.
Yeah.
I also heard there's going to be a raffle and people can enter a raffle.
Really?
Yeah,
Exactly.
people can enter a raffle to get, it's a social media contest, so people can, send in a post and tag Robinsburger, and then they get entered into a raffle.
Yeah.
So check out their
I need
socials.
to enter because I never got my hands on a Valladolid puzzle.
Oh, no.
I need to enter this raffle.
Listen to me. I'm
Just
like, oh, no.
open your phone and go to our Instagram global account or RNA account. We have a pause and win game of speed puzzling because we really want that all the people, even you couldn't join the events in person, but still can feel this joy and thrill of the speed puzzling.
right.
So just go to our Instagram and play the game, and there are raffles waiting for you.
How
Exclusive
exciting.
puzzles.
Yeah.
And they've got that wonderful World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship stamp on the puzzles.
Exactly.
These are very exclusive. They've even got the year 2024.
Yes.
So when your grandkids are doing this, they will know exactly where this puzzle came from.
Yeah.
The World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships
Absolutely.
2024.
Does that include the Valladolid puzzle? 'Cause
Of course.
I was
Of
going to say,
course.
I'm seeing it in the chat. People were like,
Yeah.
what about that adorable Valladolid
Of
puzzle?
course.
That's the
Oh,
favorite
great.
puzzle of the
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
Oh,
the
look at
Hungary
that.
team are
They're the
flying.
closest
so
for sure.
close.
Now keep in mind they do have a second puzzle to do,
Yep.
so we will celebrate
Yep.
them finishing their first puzzle, but they have a whole nother puzzle to go.
Yep.
And anything can happen.
Right?
Fantastic.
That's the thing, and we saw that last year with the American team finishing their first puzzle. They had about a 3 or 4 minute lead on anybody else, so we were just like, oh,
That's
they have this
impressive.
in the bag. And then the puzzle
got
queens
stumped.
came around from the Czech Republic, and they just burned through their second puzzle. They caught up, made up the distance, and they ended up winning the whole thing. So things can really change between puzzle 1 and puzzle 2. But yeah, I think we can
Exactly.
safely say, from what we're seeing at least, unless there's a sneaker team out there, I like to call it,
a sneaker team.
that we haven't really got
Wow.
our eyes on, that is going to come in and suddenly surprise us. But I want to point out, it looks like, is this a UK team down in
Yes,
the?
that's the
So that's
UK.
Sarah
UK,
Jane's SJ. I recognize her. I think this is
It's
an
like
international
Kati.
team.
Oh,
yeah,
Kati
it's
is in that
Kati,
team,
and then I
yes.
think I saw Amelia
They're pretty
Carhonen was
fast.
in that. So we have a nice international team there competing. But this is surprising because I think maybe these puzzles are evenly matched, Yar. Maybe we don't need to fight.
Wow.
Maybe
Oh,
we don't
form
need to
a
argue.
team to
right?
join, right? Our
Yeah.
international team.
We're actually going tomorrow. We're going to do the 1,000 piece cactus puzzle and the 1,000 piece cow puzzle.
tomorrow.
Are we holding ourselves to this?
Yeah, we're racing it to truly find the answer to that. I wonder how many people at home are planning on purchasing these puzzles at some stage. and racing, family against family.
Oh, I've
hope-
heard of
and-
this happening.
Yeah, and time your races and compare to the results of the World Championships.
Yep.
I encourage you to do it. It's so much fun.
Look at how fast their hands are moving,
Yeah.
everybody. I do feel like the Czech puzzle queens are just
7 minutes.
they're so impressive to watch. They're graceful. They don't run into each other a lot. I mean, with all those hands working the puzzle, but I do kind of notice that they kind of just have 4 hands going.
I was just going
They
to say
don't
they're
have
using
all.
one hand
Yeah,
each.
they're kind of each using a dominant hand, and they're not maybe getting in each
Did you
other's
see
way
she
as much.
She tapped her hand. Her hand was on the puzzle, and she tapped it to move it.
To move it.
So it's like
Yep,
your
they've
spare hand.
communicated.
Everyone keep your spare hand out
That's
the way.
impressive.
It's going to be
close
so
finish.
tight
Wow,
between
wow,
these
wow,
two.
Wow.
Hungary
And then look at
and
Busy
Czech
Birdies
Republic.
up there, and they're also really coming down. But it's going to be, one of the two
And
at the
they're
bottom
doing
of your
different
screen.
puzzles.
Yes.
We did
Yes.
not expect different puzzles to be coming in at almost exactly the same time.
Right?
Oh,
And
This
we're
is
under
incredible.
40, you guys. We are under 40. We're going to be at 38 minutes.
Okay, Czech Republic
Now, what
are
just happened?
slightly ahead.
They just finished it. Okay. Yep.
37,
So I think it was
59,
like
I see.
37,
Wow.
59 for the
Impressive.
puzzle queens. And that was the rainforest.
Oh, they have a
That's
missing
about
piece, I think.
13,
Oh, okay.
about 13 seconds behind they were.
Wow.
Whoops, that's a that's a messy.
Impressive. But I think individual, in pairs, in teams, we see super close between first and second place.
Well, and
They are super
I mean, what
fast,
about that,
amazing.
Diarn? One did one puzzle, the other did the other puzzle, and they both finished almost at exactly the same time.
See, I saw that nothing hard to our puzzlers.
Right?
You were right. They can handle anything.
Yep.
Do you know,
Anything.
actually, one of my favorite quotes that I heard yesterday, and I'm not going to quote it because I might get it slightly wrong,
Yeah.
but when we interviewed Kristen, the world champion, for this year, she said her sister said to her something like this. I apologize if I get it wrong. That her sister said to her, "Now you remember when you open that bag, you look at that puzzle and you say, this is my kind of puzzle.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, you tell yourself,
Busy
this
Birdies
is
are
my
going to
kind of
finish
puzzle."
third.
And I love that.
Love that.
So you don't open it and go, oh no. You know, she opens it and no matter what it is, she goes, yes, let's
my
go.
puzzle.
Let's take this on and let's do it. And I thought, I really resonate with that.
I think so too.
love that
That's really
spirit.
good advice.
Yeah.
You saw right away there. I love that you know, the Busy Birdies finish. They get it out, and you know, they immediately put the box on the box holder and they tilt it sideways so that it's
Yes.
in the same orientation of the puzzle as they're doing it. You see it there too.
Yes.
With this American team. So this is Karen's Some Assembly Required team with Tiffany Medeiros, Karen, Kelly Walter, who got in the top 4.
Oh
She was
my
number
goodness.
4 in the
She was
world in the
fourth?
individual, and Kat Dilks there. And now we're seeing the we put the Betcha and You Betches team, Sarah Schuler, Lauren, Andrea and Dawn, doing really well. I really would expect them to excel in this round because these puzzles are just right up their alley. This is just going to be so exciting to see.
Around 40 minutes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I
That's
said, I think 40 minutes is a
40
pretty good
minutes.
time,
Pretty
and we saw
good.
38 now today.
They're
so-
all bringing their skill
Amazing.
sets to the
Right?
table.
Yeah,
And they
there we
all-
go. They finished just under the wire.
They all
40
have
minutes.
different skill sets,
Yeah,
which is
betches.
fabulous.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's amazing that they can use one hand to put puzzle piece, another hand is taking another piece and finding where it is.
Exactly. So you wonder what their
Yes.
brain is doing. And this is
Exactly.
why speed puzzling, it's an endurance race for the brain, because your brain is doing so much at
Absolutely.
one time.
Absolutely.
Can I just say how exciting that is? We had 2 teams, the Czech team and the Hungarian team, and then 3 Americans in a row,
They're
Wow.
up there.
right? I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Team America.
I know last year,
America.
you know, and we had 5 teams in the top 10. We had 5 pairs in the top 10.
Amazing.
We do really well in those pair and team events. I'm curious if we're gonna do as well this year. Maybe not. I think one of the highlights of this week is just seeing all the new puzzlers that have showed up at the world stage and really blown us away.
Just watching the Australian team, I think they might be coming in next.
Oh,
yeah.
They've added some different decoration to every event, and I think we've got tattoos for this one.
Ah.
Have you noticed how many teams have a different outfit? Like that, the amount of outfit changes.
Oh yeah,
like
each
it's
day.
like each day. It's like 5 days, and every day they have a new thing.
A whole different theme. I love the effort that everybody's putting in.
Look at now, they are kind of doing the one-handed thing too. Like Hannah's got her hand behind her back, and Katrina's not only using. They're all only using one.
I think at the end stage, that's a really clever technique for teams. Well done, Aussie All Stars.
So 42-25.
One down and one to go.
Yep.
Let's go, girls.
Oh, okay. The international team, is about to start. Finish.
Right behind you.
So Kati's team.
Some get really lucky with the fold, and some it becomes a big mess.
Oh my gosh! Did we have another finish that we didn't see? Yeah, we did. Alejandro's team nonstop.
Oh, they didn't fold it quite enough to the width of the box.
It's just a mess. Oh gosh.
You've got to make
That's
sure.
one of those moments. And now you got to make sure when you're dumping out the pieces that you're careful as well. So you're not just getting them all over or opening the bag in such a way that they fly everywhere.
Exactly. That's
Not
one
so
of the
peaceful.
strategy.
Yeah, this is the Finnish team. This is Amelia Lieberman. Who else is on this team? I can't see the numbers, so we can look quick.
Italy team.
The Italian
team. Yes.
Yeah. So 43 something.
So they started with the canal cruise in Venice.
And this is what's so mysterious now is like, can we expect that we will see, in 38 minutes from the first finish?
Missing.
Oh, there they got it.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Rosa's on this team. Oh,
That
and
looks
then
like
this
Alice.
is the Millennium Dome team with Alice Rowe and Megan and Gail and Kyle.
Wow, amazing.
And there's our world champion,
the
there,
Arctic
Kristen,
Puzzlers.
with her mum, her sister,
The family,
and her brother-in-law.
Yep. This is the Siberian team, who's also very strong.
Yeah, that young lady sitting down. I think I'd like
Tazia?
to talk to her.
Yeah.
I've been very curious about her all week. Very delicately.
So one of the fun
emptying that
things,
bag.
we learned last night from talking to Kristen, I think all of the pressure for this event was for the individual final. She was really, really working up to that, and I think, nervous about it, stressed out about it. She got it over with last night, and she just said she was so relieved. And we were like, so now tomorrow you can have some fun, and she was like, yeah. I think it was like, okay, now I can just relax, enjoy puzzling with my family. I think it's so crazy to think about, like, my family gets together and we sit at Christmas and I'll do a puzzle and I'm like, what would it be like if we were here? I don't know. I think
I'm proud to say, and I'm going to use this moment to thank my family at home. I have the most support from my family at home. And in particular, my husband and my sons
your husband, Al.
My husband, Alan, and my sons, they don't puzzle. However, they get really involved in the events. And by volunteering at the events and seeing what we see, they understand why I do this.
Exactly.
And that means a lot to me, that they just get it. And they don't have to be a puzzler to get it. So I've got wonderful support at home. So I thank my beautiful family.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks.
Yes.
Your family.
Thanks, Alan, for lending us the yarn. And no, I think that's true. I should also give a shout out to my family. I hope my mom is watching, but every time I send her the link, I'm like, here's the link, Mom, so you can watch today. And then she's like, I can't get this to work. It doesn't work. I can't see it. So usually what I do is a couple weeks from now, I'm going to go visit, and then we're going to spend the weekend watching because I can get it up on her television for her, and she treats it as if she's watching it live. And so shout out to my mom, Clarice, and of course Mike, my sweetheart, who's actually, I wouldn't be surprised if he got up at 4 this morning and is in the chat right now to participate, because he's been as well super supportive.
And that's why, Mike, Val's coming home with a little gift for you from me. You've earned yourself a husband pin.
I saw this, yes. So have you seen this?
Surprise,
So yeah, Mike, if you are listening, you are getting an official husband pin that the Australians have made up to give out to all of those supportive sweethearts that are here supporting their loved ones.
Oh, we just had the two.
Okay, here's the wicked quick
young
team.
puzzlers on the screen. So right there on the screen now, the team with young Alma.
There's Alma.
Now, young Alma is something else. She's 9 years old.
9 years old, yeah.
And one of the fastest puzzlers you'll ever see. This young lady is in line for World Championship titles. And while I have young Alma on topic, I just want to mention again for all Australian kids, young kids and teenagers, anyone who's a school student in primary school or high school, as of next year, there is a program called Inter-School Puzzle Club. We're bringing puzzle clubs to Australian schools, and the students work in teams of 4, just like you're seeing on the screen. And you can qualify to represent your school at the state and national Jigsaw Championships. They're introducing a schools division to the state and national competitions. So if there's any teachers or school staff out there who'd like an inter-school puzzle club at your school, please go to the website or the Facebook page. If there's any parents or students that would like a club at their school, there's also a nomination form, so you can actually nominate your school to have one. We're opening up the competitive puzzling world to schools, and I'm a little bit excited. Alma has already given me a badge and a sticker to give out to some Australian kids who are in the Inter-School Puzzle Club.
That's fantastic.
Which is just gorgeous. She said, please give this to some students that are in the puzzle club. So she's just delightful, and she's actually sent a video message to the schools.
I'm so excited. Here we're seeing one of the Polish teams that we also expect great things from. We have Christian in there, who got 3rd in the individual final yesterday, and was so excited. And, you know, Natalia, Victor, like just so many great puzzlers on that team. That's one of the things I think that's been one of those highlights this week. We've seen a lot from the Polish country, from Poland coming.
Fantastic.
Poland has just been killing it at this competition. We saw yesterday Veronica Huptas coming in 2nd behind Kristen Tuve in the individual final, and then Christian. So 2 Polish players in the top 3. They've really brought it, and they've just been a delight. They've all been so friendly and sweet, and I know people in the live stream have been loving Victor. He's been on a few times, and he's just a delightful person.
He's the one, every time I see him, I say, I'm really enjoying watching him racing.
Right.
I think it's really great to see more and more countries come to participate in this kind of competition.
Isn't it beautiful?
To feel the charm of speed puzzling.
Right? We had 79 countries participating, and today in this division, I think there are 50, I have it somewhere, I think like 51 countries or something represented. I mean, it's just fabulous. So it's also, I noticed, I looked through the top individuals. Out of the top 10, 9 countries represented. So it wasn't like anyone, I mean, Poland got 2 in there, but otherwise it's all different.
So just the team on your screen now, you're seeing a team of 4 all using, or mostly using 2 hands, and it's very crowded in there. It restricts your view. I really like this one-handed tactic that teams are using.
This is interesting. I didn't realize that bit at the lower left or lower right corner like that was as complicated as it looks. It looks like there's a lot of the same colored pieces there. That's something we haven't really been commenting on, is which parts are kind of taking the longest. I would say pretty overall, you can look at that magical rainforest puzzle, and it does seem like it's just a real mixture, hodgepodge of pieces at the end.
Pick a color, pick a pattern.
A lot of green at the end, just plugging in those little green pieces. But this is interesting that this is the last little bit to go together for them.
But as a puzzler, your mind goes to that green, but you've got green with pink stripes, green with yellow dots.
So many textures,
green with green dashes. your mind or green
Right.
with pink dots.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the skill of a
Yeah.
jigsaw puzzler to find those finer details.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't look at a puzzle and just see an overall
Yep.
color.
And so now they're working on the top right corner. So that right
Oh.
side looks like, and that's the Swedish team with
Swedish
Tobias
team.
and Sarah. And yep.
And they had their puzzle sideways as well. It only
Yeah.
just fit on that
yeah,
table.
they're not using two of the. Well, no, I think they are. I guess. Yeah, they are using two of the sheets, the white sheets.
Oh.
Yeah, this is
Nice
I mean,
shirts.
You know, we're only at 52 minutes. I bet we've had at least 20 finishes by now.
It's a
At
good
least.
sign.
I
Yeah,
mean, it
that's
could be more than
amazing.
that, but I'll be curious because we've given all of these teams 3 hours to do the two 1,000-piece puzzles. I'm very curious if we're going to clear this place out.
Finish within 2 hours.
I
Are
think
we going
so.
to clear the room again?
I think we're going to clear the room
Yeah.
again, everybody, because all of these folks had to participate in
Well
a
done.
preliminary round and make it through to advance here. So they already have had to prove their puzzle skills to get through.
It's not easy to advance
No.
at this year's Worlds. It has
No.
not been easy.
No, there are so many people that I have, talked to out in the crowd, and I'm like, "Oh, you're amazing," and then they're like, "I didn't make it." And it's
Yeah.
like, what?
So exactly.
You didn't make it?
The finals
I mean,
this
it's
year,
really shocking.
the finals is just simply full of champions.
Yes, right?
Champion puzzlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the leading team from Hungary, and now they're working on their second puzzle there. I'm going to be curious. I hope when, we get to talk to the winners, we can get a sense of, did you pick your easier choice first or your harder choice first? What was the thinking on that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I go back and forth on whether you end with your faster puzzle or start with it when you're fresh.
Well, we know yesterday there were a lot of people choosing the darker image first because of the time of
Right,
day. The sun
and the
was
lighting
going
in
down.
here, yeah.
Whereas it is the morning here now. It's 11:15 in the morning, so that's actually not a factor in this race.
Right. It's going to be nice and bright in here throughout. Yeah, definitely not
Very
going to need to
considerate.
worry about the sun. I should mention, so I know I see so many people in the comments are like, "Oh my gosh, is it over?" And like they're freaking out. They're like, "Is this it? Is this the end?" This is our last competition live stream, but I do encourage you to check out the closing ceremonies. We are going to have a live stream of that where we'll show everybody
Yes.
on stage getting their prizes and
The trophy.
yes, congratulating our winners. Can't wait to see Kristen holding that trophy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry. We're gonna be on stage probably, Diana. We're all gonna be crying on stage. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be just a wonderful moment to see her get that. I should mention the prizes. So with the team's final, we award prizes to the top 10 teams. The 4th through 10th will receive like a small cube, which everybody loves the cube.
The cube. It's
very
It's like a little
classy. It's very
crystal
classy.
cube. It's very cool looking. So all of the team members will receive those as well as prize puzzles. First place gets 1,000 euros. Second place, 750 euros. And third place, 500 euros. So helping to make this trip possible for them and help paying some of those expenses. So, and then of course they all get they also get trophies and puzzle prizes.
Yes.
Thank you, Free from Robinsburger, because
pleasure.
they get some really beautiful puzzles from Robinsburger. I think it's so funny though, because, and I coined the term the other day of luggage busters, because you guys will always give them like, "Hey, here's a 3,000-piece puzzle for you," and it's like, what? They're giant. They're
I
like,
also want to give you 30,000 puzzle piece.
I do find at Worlds luggage allowance is a common
Oh my
topic to
gosh.
discuss with people.
Oh,
What's your luggage
yeah.
allowance? I'm allowed 1 bag at 23. Oh, I'm allowed 2 bags at 40 kilos.
yeah, right.
Oh, okay. If you've got any spare room, can I
Yes.
put some puzzles in your case?
Everybody's having to make this like critical calculation of
Yes.
which ones are going to make it into the luggage, like it's so hard. I mean,
I
you
actually
get so many
came-
beautiful puzzles.
I came over with a a suitcase inside my suitcase.
That, a lot of people did that.
Okay,
That's smart. A lot
Smart.
of people did that.
That is smart.
Last year, I was that person that's walking around the airport with a big giant box just wrapped in duct tape because I didn't have an extra bag, so I was digging around in the back getting a box and then toting that around
I
everywhere.
actually bought a box carrier with me this
Ah,
year.
nice. That's a good
That's
idea.
on standby
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
need
yeah.
it.
Smart.
No, that's what I'll
I
be
lo-
doing again this year.
I love that overview view of the
See
room
how
because
many
the people at
people
home,
are
you
possible.
be
Yeah.
scrambling to spot your family
And
and
I
your
mean,
friends.
do keep in mind that we do try to show every team once on the live stream when they finish or just, after they finish so
Yes.
they can wave hello to everybody. So keep watching if you're looking for somebody and hopefully they'll be in here eventually. But, as we're watching the competition, we do focus a lot on the folks who are doing well to watch their progress and see how they're stacking up against each other. We want to know, who's in this,
and there's so
who's
much
going to win.
to learn from
Yes,
watching the
exactly.
fastest puzzlers in
Right,
the world.
Right.
Learn different strategies, skills.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you're seeing up in that right-hand corner, the puzzle queens, from the Czech Republic, looking like they've really started to
Wow.
get some good sections together. I will be curious. Mercedes' team from Hungary is in the first place spot right now because they finished one of the puzzles first. Haven't seen them for a little bit. I'm going to be curious how they do on this rainforest puzzle.
Well, the Italian team in the bottom left corner, their sections are very clear there.
Yeah.
They're just
By
choosing an
different
element from the
colours.
puzzle, working on it, and then moving it into the main picture.
I think I mentioned this the other day. This team, We Put the Betcha and You Betcha, they are such a powerhouse team. There's a big contest we have in Minnesota every year, the Winter Carnival, and people from all over the country fly in to do that one. It's a really festive event. It's very fun. And they're a Minnesota team, and they just dominate that competition. If they're there, everybody's like, well, I guess I could, maybe try for third or fourth or something, they're just every year, they're just like, they're the queens of that competition. They do so well with those puzzle twist puzzles and, and so it's exciting to see them do well here as well. I'm sure there's lots of Minnesotans rooting for them out there.
I saw Kiara here
Yes.
yesterday.
Yeah.
She did so well in her pairs race.
Yeah.
And I said to her, have you come down from the adrenaline yet last night at dinner?
Yeah,
She said,
yeah.
no, I haven't. I said, good.
That's nice.
No,
I know. We should talk about some of these conversations we have outside the dome. I mean, I talked to the Norwegian group last night. There was a big group of them. They're here, in support of Kristen, of course. And we were walking kind of back last night to a restaurant, and they were just over the moon. They were so happy for their teammate. They said they all went out for ice cream immediately after because that was in the plan that Kristen had said, we're all going out for ice cream after, and if I win, it's celebratory ice cream, and if I lose, it's
emotional eating.
It's emotional eating. It's emotional support ice cream. And I thought that was just so cute that she said that, and I just love it. So you get that little background
Ice cream's
info.
the best way to celebrate.
Right? And then I was like, is she going to come to dinner? Because it's just like you want to see her. And she was like, nope, the family was going to go and have a nice, kind of dinner and quiet
I'm
dinner
so
to
glad.
themselves.
Yeah.
So Kristen competes with her mom, her sister, and her sister's husband. And so they're a family unit, and they spent some nice quality time together last night. There's Busy Birdies.
That USA team in the bottom left is doing
They're doing
Wow.
quite well. Busy Birdies
Pretty
is really
fast.
doing well on that. And now we're seeing nonstop. Alejandro's team, look at how he's just got that whole section. They've got a lot of sections together. They're keeping all the pieces in the middle, which is kind of surprising to me there. They're doing a lot on trays. I don't know that you need the trays that much. In my opinion, looking at this, like you've got a very large table there, a lot of space. I mean, I guess if you're used to working with trays, then maybe keep doing it. But to me, I don't know that I've messed with trays because it starts to feel like you're moving pieces around a lot, and it just might not be necessary. But that's just my opinion, folks.
But when you say that the pieces are on the other,
it's right in the middle of the area.
Card. That's away from where the puzzle is. So having a tray allows you to bring it,
Oh, sure.
bring the
That's true.
puzzle
That's
closer
true.
together.
Yeah, that is true. I think that's where the trays really come in handy. Myself, I'm just not used to working with them that much, but I do think that the people that really excel have practiced with them.
I
They
think
know
it's
what
very
works.
useful.
Yeah.
First of all, I feel like trays are very useful to help you sort and also give to your team members. Yes.
Okay, and they were
I'm
seeing.
personally not very good at using trays,
No,
but
right.
I do see people use them very,
Yeah.
very
Very
well.
well.
And look at how
Yeah.
large of a chunk
Ooh.
Kelly's got going there. It's not even in, but okay, here it goes. They've cleared it off. I think they heard us. They're like, let's get all these out of the middle.
Like this team, I've
Yeah.
noticed a couple of other teams, they've got pieces, they're all separated and
Yeah.
away from each other. So I think we're going to get a couple of surprises when they all come together. There's going to be a lot done that we haven't noticed until it comes together.
Right, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like Alejandro's team could suddenly start to connect those areas, and then holy cow, they could be way further than we
Yeah,
think.
and there's
Aussie
another
All
team
Stars
doing-
are doing quite well there as well. Look at that.
They're
They've
doing
made some good
fabulous.
progress on there.
This team are
They
really
are
good
fire.
communicators.
Yes, and
They're-
that's essential too. We should mention that. If you're a good communicator, that's going to really help your team.
If you watch the Australian team, we can't hear them, but you can see them talking almost like
Yeah.
quite regularly. They're constantly
Yep.
communicating
And
with each
some
other.
of what they're communicating is what they're seeing. It can be really helpful if you're working on an area to just say, this area over here has tiny little flowers on a windowsill, and then other people go, oh, I got that. And then they hand it to you and give it to you or whatever. Because a lot of times you're not necessarily looking at the box a lot or studying the box. So if you're kind of situated in an area and you can be telling everybody what you're seeing, it helps the whole team to kind of get a better sense of what's in the picture.
Very
Actually,
true.
something we haven't touched on much is how much memory is
Yes.
used when doing a puzzle. So we see the pieces on the trays, we see the pieces on the card at the side of the table.
Yep.
You would not believe how much the puzzlers actually remember the pieces that
Yeah.
are there.
Yep.
So as they're working on the puzzle, they'll see a small detail, like a corner of something, and they remember where they've seen that little speckle on the corner of a piece.
Amazing.
Yeah. Memory is a massive part.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of puzzlers don't like to move the pieces that are on the side,
Right.
because they've actually memorized
They
where
know
they
sort
are.
of where things
Memory.
are.
They
yeah.
say, right,
Yep.
that's got a green speck on the corner. I don't need it right now, but I know when I find that green, I know where to come
right
to get it.
place.
So
Yep.
they don't move them an awful lot.
True.
No, I think that's a really good point. I always like kind of joke that it's a giant game of concentration. Are you familiar with concentration? When you have like a deck of cards, you lay them all face down and then you just flip and look for matches.
Oh,
And
the
I feel-
memory game.
Memory game,
Memory
yeah.
game.
So it's very similar to that. I feel like a jigsaw puzzle is a giant memory game in some
True.
ways.
And Robinsburger also have memory games.
Yes, I was gonna say, I have that game and I play it with the kids in
Glad
our
you have
family all the
ours,
time. I do. I play it with
Yes,
because
sorry,
of the cute
Val.
little pictures.
I only know the Ravensburger memory game.
We used to, when I was a kid, we called it concentration, and you just use a regular deck of cards. But
I'm
yeah,
just looking now. I'm trying to compare
the
the
progress.
USA bottom right, Czech Republic top right, Australia left right. They're all doing the same puzzle, and they're all quite close.
Yeah, I think the Czech
Yeah.
team and
It's
I
like-
think Czech and the Minnesota team have a slight edge on the Aussies, maybe. But what I think is shocking is I think Busy Birdies has a lead on maybe all of them at this point with the rainforest puzzle down there. I'm wondering if they're going to catch the difference here, because let's see if I can see about how far they were behind. So the Puzzle Queens were done in just under 38 minutes, and Busy Birdies finished their first puzzle at 39:25
minutes.
approximately. Yeah, so less than 2 minutes between. So if they can make up that difference with the magical rainforest puzzle, we could see, I would say, a bit of an upset there. Oh no, Aussie All-Stars do look quite
Australia?
good.
Wow,
When they move their
really
trays,
fast.
sometimes the trays are covering, but when you move it, you're like, oh, wait a second. That's
So
looking pretty
Rihanna
good.
was
for you.
solely doing sorting before. She wasn't even facing the puzzle. She was away from the girls, and her role, from what I can see, is sorting at the moment.
Boy,
Pretty
they might
cool.
might be slightly ahead of the Minnesota team, because I feel like they have more done in that upper right corner, that dark corner. I think we're going to be looking at people finishing the right side of that puzzle at the end if they pick that one second.
Yes,
This is
that's a
Busy
pretty
Birdies.
puzzle. Look at
It
that.
is. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Nice job, Free.
Oh, I need to also mention Marie, the artist. of
yes.
the Valladolid puzzle yesterday.
Yes.
Marie, we sincerely
Maria Boisel,
apologise.
yeah.
We believe you were on the live stream the whole time.
And I had no idea.
And we
that
did
you
not
were
get a
on
chance to look at the live stream comments while you were there. We
Yep.
apologise we missed you, but we're so grateful
Yes.
that you were a part of that race. Your image is without a doubt the most popular image of the World
Yes.
Championships
For
2024.
sure.
It is
Yes.
it's a delightful image to look at. The puzzlers said it is the perfect image to puzzle. So
Yeah.
congratulations, Marie.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful puzzle, and we're sorry that we did not catch you on the
Acknowledge
live
you in the
stream.
chat. I know.
Yes.
I wish we'd have known that. I just love looking at that puzzle because I keep learning about new details. Alfonso last night showed us. So if you didn't see the image, it's a Valladolid image, which is where we are here in Spain for the World Championships. It has all these famous landmarks from Valladolid, and it's so cute. There's two people in the middle of the puzzle that are
Yes.
doing the puzzle. They're
Yes,
doing
yes,
the Valladolid
yes,
puzzle.
exactly.
They
Oh,
have
I didn't notice it
Yes.
was that
There
puzzle.
are so many details there.
Right.
There was the World
Yes.
Championship
Yes.
trophy on the table, but
Right.
we didn't notice the
the
puzzle.
puzzle. So
People
the-
are doing
yeah.
that puzzle actually.
Very
many
clever.
Yes,
details. And
right.
here I also want to give a big thanks to Maria Boisel, our illustrator, our artist for this image because she actually finished this image within a very tight lead time.
Okay.
So big thank you to,
Yeah,
and
that's-
our original plan actually to invite her to the site
Yeah.
and to meet with our puzzlers and sign her puzzles, but unfortunately due to the schedule conflict.
Yeah.
So next
Oh.
That
year.
would have been
Next
lovely.
year, that would,
Yeah.
that would have been great.
Okay, we're nearing
Oh,
completion of second puzzles. We've got a few teams in the
I
running.
would say around the 1 hour, 20-minute mark, we should be looking at some completions considering we were under 40 with the first puzzle.
I think we're looking at Busy Birdies from USA. We're looking at the Czech
Czech
Republic
Puzzle
team
Queens.
and the Aussie All-Stars at this stage.
I haven't seen Mercedes and the Hungarian team for a while. Vanda, Mercedes, Brigitte, and Brigitte. I don't know where they are in their puzzle or how they're doing on the Rainforest puzzle. They did the Venice one first. So, yeah, I'll be curious to check in with them at some point because they were our first, or one of the first. They finished their puzzle second right after the Puzzle Queens within just like 10 seconds.
Okay, so the Australians and the Czech Republic team have their puzzles in completely different orientations. So I was trying to compare if they have the
See how
same areas
The
missing.
Czech Puzzle Queens have more done at the top of their puzzle right now. I'd say they have that right dark corner done. That's
Dark
proving
corner.
difficult for folks. So they're a little bit ahead of the puzzle, the Minnesota Betches team. When you're looking at these overhead shots, you can just see all the cameras. It gets really insane towards the end when people are finishing, especially the first place, because they have like maybe 5-10 cameras on them. Alfonso said when Kristen won, it was like the paparazzi was here last night. It was like flashes going off, and it was just like this crazy moment. And I just can't wait to go back and see some of the videos and some of the photos. Charlie was taking some video when Kristen won, and he showed me the most beautiful video of Kristen's mom running up and kissing, and makes me teary-eyed just thinking of it.
Yesterday I also cried when I saw her win. Oh,
It's amazing.
so emotional.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Oh, this is exciting. So people are still finishing their first puzzles, and then they clap, and you're like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
It freaks the puzzlers out. I will say, having participated in this, you're like, wait, did somebody just win? You know, it kind of freaks you out when you start to hear cheers just
I
randomly.
think the spectators will make it very clear.
Oh,
they
yeah,
they
they
are
will.
watching
Wow.
closely.
They
know
will. This
exactly
place-
who's in lead.
This place will erupt when
Yes.
that first place finishing team finishes.
We do have the most excitable
Yes.
spectator audience we've ever had at
100%.
Worlds.
True.
I love that the teams are wearing team shirts because it makes it easier to recognize them when you scan the room.
Yeah.
So I'm now able to find the other Aussie team right in the center of the room with Marita, Jessica, Heidi, and Christina. And I can see the other team. We have Adele, Finn, Louise, and Ellie. So good luck to all
there
of
we
them.
can see Mercedes. I didn't realize they're like right kind of near
They're right.
us. But they're just right behind the giant screen we're looking at. So, but you can see them right behind the Aussie All-Stars here at the bottom of your
Kristen's
screen.
right behind them.
Right? Yes. So there's just bing, 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 like three amazingly good teams.
Kristen's
Yeah.
team.
Kristen's team, yep. Okay, here we go.
This is
US
the
team.
section.
Right.
A lot of it's this down.
Yep. Again, I mean, a lot of lines to work with. I'm curious. I mean, I'm feeling good about my 120 prediction. I actually think I could see Busy Birdies maybe getting in there with this.
They are looking good. They're
They are
looking very
really,
good.
really good.
Yeah. The interesting, I remember the past days when I passed by and I heard they communicate with each other, team members, and saying that, oh, I want that piece. And later said, hey, what did you eat yesterday? Very chill, super intense, but also very chill. Okay, I want that piece, please
Yeah.
pass to me. Thank you. Okay, what did you eat last night? Did you sleep well last night?
I don't think you'll hear any of that chatter in the final. Maybe in the qualifiers because it's a little less stressful. But man, I know with our team, if we start doing that, like, because sometimes your mind drifts, it's like, focus ladies, focus up. You know, it's sort of like you don't want to get distracted by just like random conversations. So my guess is there's not a lot of that happening right now, but potentially. But I do think that's funny though.
Maybe the teams that know they're not going to place.
Right, they're probably a little more cash about
I
it.
remember one year, excuse me, I remember the year that we had that really difficult puzzle with the purple sky.
Yeah, the New York skyline, like
And
night puzzle.
we knew we weren't going to
Oh,
finish the
yeah.
puzzle. We just turned it into so much fun. And we
Yes.
we would all cheer and celebrate every piece that went
We
in.
were doing that too.
Instead of
Yes.
celebrating the puzzle being finished, we
Yes.
decided to celebrate when a piece went in.
Yeah.
And it just made it so much fun.
I 100% know what you mean. That was a different scenario because it was like, yeah, this. We had to talk about random stuff just to get through that. It was so difficult. Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
And then if
I know
someone
exactly
put
what
like
you
3
mean.
pieces in a row, the whole team would be going, whoa!
Yeah, and then everybody's like, "What just happened?" Yeah.
Oh,
look at
yes.
how. Oh
Busy
my gosh,
birdies
really
are
get
looking
close.
I'm
good.
getting
Wow.
nervous. I'm seeing a lot of folks in the chat that are like, "Yep, birdies," and then check.
Wow.
A lot of people are like thinking birdies followed by the checks. It's pretty close. Look at them. They're diagonally from each other now on the screen, and boy, it's looking like it's going to be tight. But it would be exciting to see an American team pull it off. I can't lie about that, obviously. I'm excited since.
So at this stage,
they're
if
our
we were
home
to guess, it
teams.
looks like we can see first and second. Third place is not so
Oh
clear.
boy, right? And we talk about this all the time. I know the volunteers have a system. They assign a person to just monitor these top tables and not leave and just stand there and be ready to get their time to make
Yes.
sure nothing gets missed.
Well, that's the most important thing, isn't
Right,
it?
right.
A volunteer's role,
Fair.
if they only achieve one thing in their role, it is to capture that time.
Yes.
Exactly. They are pretty fast. I think just 80 minutes past 80.
You're looking at husbands right
Yes.
there.
Thought I'd get a fun.
Fabulous.
I haven't gotten any photos from this because we're behind the desk all the time, Diarn. So when I can, I try to get a chance. After I hope I get lots of time to take pictures with people.
Pretty
Oh my
close
gosh,
to
yes.
finish.
Right?
Do you know
Is
what?
this exciting?
Catching up on the Czech Republic.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
but
Aussies are closing
I
in.
think I think that's true, but I think the Busy Birdies have got this. Everybody.
Yes, the busy, but I'm thinking second place might be questionable.
Wait, where are Busy? No, is that them? Right? No, that's not
I
them.
think
Oh,
over
yeah,
there, over there, yes.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is exciting.
Wow. Ladies, I need to capture that moment.
Okay. Yes.
Ah.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Free.
Thank you.
You're off to get a front row seat.
Yes, right. She's like, I don't want to miss this. Yeah.
Thank you, Free.
Oh, this is so exciting.
It's Free from
Diarn.
Ravensburger.
We're about to watch the new world champion team. Oh, this is, I think they've got it right. I mean, it looks like they have way fewer pieces left. And the last bits of this Venice puzzle seem to be presenting a challenge for everyone. So I think they made the right choice of having the magical rainforest second. They made up the time. They made up a minute and a half. And I think they're going to
this is it.
This is it.
Busy Birdies is coming.
Oh, how exciting.
Coming in.
How exciting. I got to say, Becca, she has a broken foot. She has been dealing with like a injury and having difficulty all week with walking everywhere on this foot. Oh my gosh. There it is. One.
Okay, folks. There's your world's fastest team puzzlers. World champion puzzlers right there. Busy Birdies with Andrea Peng,
Oh my gosh.
Jean Reuter, Kathy Reuter, and Becca Taylor from the USA.
Oh, I couldn't be happier for them. Becca is on the USA Jigsaw Puzzle Association board with me. She's a dedicated volunteer as well as an incredibly fast puzzler.
That was
I
outstanding.
could not be happier for
Oh,
Becca right now.
Czech Republic
Oh,
are
and
coming
here
in
it's
hot.
so fast. 116.
One hand each.
116.50.
Czech Puzzle Queens, second place at the World Championships teams division.
They were the team to
Outstanding
beat.
effort.
I think they were the team to beat coming into this. Everybody was intimidated by them, not just because they're rock stars in the puzzle world, but I mean, we knew they were going to be incredibly hard to beat. They're all so incredibly fast, and so
Busy Birdies did
This
it.
is very exciting,
Busy
right?
Birdies did
A
it, and
bit
they
of an
did it in
upset.
style.
I would say that was a bit of an upset. I mean, but we hadn't seen either team here. That's what's so crazy. Both of these teams have never competed together on the world stage, and here they are, first and second place. That happens a
Oh
lot.
my gosh, I'm getting goosebumps.
I
I'm
know,
not going to
the
lie. I'm
Aussies,
getting
the
goosebumps right
Aussies.
now.
Are we going to luck out here, Diarn, and each of us is going to get a home team in the top?
Come on, girls. I hope they know
I hope
how
they
close
know.
they are to third
too.
place.
That's something I want to just briefly mention here is that it's so hard to gauge the teams event sometimes, and that's what makes this such a nail biter, is because so many of these teams change their makeup. Like one year they have these two people, and the next year,
Yes.
you know, like Karen,
Yes.
everybody was like, Karen Puzzles as a new team. Like they came in second last year, and now this year she has a whole new team. So everything can change in this competition. You don't know from
Okay.
year to year what's going to happen, but look at them. Yeah.
This international
Tati,
team is
the international
hot-
team, they're also doing quite
hot
well.
on their tail.
This is going to be incredible.
It is so close. Oh, come on, girls.
And then look it up here, some assembly required. Karen's team, they're really pouring it on at the end too. They could be in it with the Aussies.
It's taking everything I have to not call out to them. They're only 2 tables away from me, and I want to call out to them.
That's cheating, Diarn.
I know.
Don't do it.
Tell them how close they are.
I'm watching over here. The Oddbirds team is just right next to us from the U.S. They are just practically jumping up and down with joy for the Busy Birdies. They're so excited, right? Oh, and I have to mention that on the Oddbirds team is Faith the Puzzler. She's a board member with me, and she's my favorite American.
She's my favorite American, too.
You just got 2 favorite Americans.
Oh, wow. There are so many teams so close
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh, this is
Hungary have
crazy.
picked up their pace. They are closing in now. Oh, my goodness. I just
mean,
can't tell.
I know.
I can't tell. Oh,
I feel like I'm gonna faint. I feel like I'm gonna faint, Diarn.
I need to call out, but I'll
Everybody
probably
on
distract
the
them. I
thing,
shouldn't
come
call out.
on,
I'll probably
assembly
distract
regret.
them.
They're all so close. You are not wrong. They are all so close.
Please don't take the camera off these
No,
4
please don't.
teams.
This is just such
I
a nail
can't
biter.
pick it.
Such a nail biter here.
Actually,
You've only
Karen's
had 2
team is
finishes.
looking pretty good. Oh my goodness, there's going to be seconds between these teams.
Yeah, it's going to be intense. You know, I noticed in looking at the official results that it looks like Alejandro and Katrina tied in the individual.
Really?
They both are listed as number 7 with the exact same time. It's crazy.
Oh my God, the crowd's
happen.
starting to get
It can
excited. They can
happen.
see it coming to the edge.
We can have a tie.
I think-
no,
I think
no.
Hungary.
What
I
are we
think
doing?
Hungary might have
What?
this.
No, what are we doing? This
Surely
should
we'll be
up.
back. Surely
Yeah,
we'll be back in
back.
time. They're just sneaking.
Okay, there we are. We're
Okay.
back on it. I was like,
Whew,
oh,
that
this
was
is
close.
rough to go to that.
Oh my
I
goodness.
was like, don't go to that. I want to see.
Look at the USA team in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Most of their pieces are completely scattered all over the puzzle.
Well, they've got.
Whereas
no,
the
right,
Hungary
holes.
team,
Exactly. They
their-
have the hard
the
bits
patches are
potentially
more
left.
condensed. No. Ay.
Ay is right, Yarn. I feel like we're both just sitting here like huddled. Oh, and the Mercedes.
We got
Okay, we hadn't seen the Hungarian team for a while, and then there they are. How long have they been on the
la.
screen? I know, ooh la la.
Holy dooly. Oh my goodness.
Wonky donkey, as Donna Louise would say.
Jeepers creepers.
We're using all the phrases, everyone. I was going to say, I know, somebody just said, who's running the cameras? I think when they go to the screen there, it's to allow some cameras to adjust their viewpoint. I think the Americans got this.
Oh, yes,
the
top right.
The Betches.
No, that's the Betches.
Oh, sorry, some assembly required. I'm sorry.
Some
What was I
assembly
thinking?
required.
I think they just got number 3.
With Karen
They did.
Cabot, Tiffany Medeiros,
That
Kelly
was
Walter,
so
and Catherine
exciting.
Dilts
Oh,
from
and now
USA.
wait, what's going to happen here?
Looks like Hungary are coming in now.
Wait a second, though.
Oh, my
There were so many people that were close. They're like checking out all the pieces, making sure they have everything right in front of them. They have one little patch of green left.
I can't see the pieces that are sitting on their
It didn't
puzzle.
write the time down for some assembly. It must have been around 1:22.
So Need for Speed is the Hungary team that's coming in right now. Well done, Hungary. With Vanda, Mercedes, Brigitta, and Brigitta.
And there it is, the Betches, number 5.
And Aussie All-Stars, yes, team. That is Katrina Coleman. We have Rihanna, Hannah, and Melissa. Our current national champion and last year's
We have
national
6
champion on that
finishers
team.
so far, and I gotta say, 3 are American out of the top 6. That's feeling pretty good. And then Aussies got in
The
there.
Aussies are getting on the
Hungary and
podium,
Czech
aren't they?
Republic. Yeah, they are. They're on the podium, Diarn.
I'm going to get my
here it
Aussie
is, the
flag.
international team. Yes.
Well
number
done.
7. 1:20.
That is SJ, Katya, Amelia, and Christina.
Oh, and there's Wicked Quick.
They're all coming in hot now.
Look at this. Look at how beautiful. I'm seeing the Busy Birdies posing with Alfonso in front of the thing. That's so exciting. So happy for them.
In front of the media wall.
So, yeah, we've had 7 finishers already at the 1:23 mark. I mean, give me a break.
1,000-piece puzzles.
2,000-piece puzzles in an hour and 23 minutes. That's incredible.
Incredible.
That's absolutely incredible. And we are joined here, everybody, by Alfonso, our fearless leader, the organizer of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship.
Thank you, Valerie.
Yes.
And,
how are you feeling?
Thank you very much.
Welcome,
so
Alfonso.
I have just to arrive. I know. Congratulations, USA, because you are winner, no?
I
USA
mean,
did,
yeah, right?
And
3 in the
winner
top
teams.
6. Feeling
Yes.
pretty good about that. Or in the top 5, I think. Yeah. Yeah. 3 in the top 5.
Okay, wow.
That feels pretty good. I saw
Yeah.
you with the Busy Birdies team a moment ago.
This-
Are you, yeah?
Yes, but when, you know, I have just to arrive. I don't know nothing about the order. I don't know. I only know that
I have it.
we
I have
won.
it. So we have in first place the Busy Birdies from the States, followed
United
by
States.
the Puzzle Queens from the
Okay.
Czech Republic,
Czech Republic.
followed by Some Assembly Required, Karen Puzzles
Oh,
team in
wow.
number 3.
Two. Okay, right.
And then
right.
in number 4, the Hungarian team, Mercedes,
Have you-
Vanda, and Brigitta.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. The Spanish team is the down state. Okay.
What?
No problem. I know because this is the world
Right,
championship.
right,
Yes.
right. Yes.
Alfonso, while we have you here, the Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association would like to give you a gift.
Oh, thank you very much.
I have here for
Here
you
we're on the camera. You're on the camera.
a very special gift.
I love the shirt.
With the name.
Alfonso, this is a gift for you from Australia.
Thank you
and the
very
Australian
much.
Jigsaw Puzzle Association.
Thank you very much. I put it in the next round. I use it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You can join our team anytime you like.
We have to give you so much credit, Alfonso. This week has been amazing.
Thank you to you, and you are a fantastic job. I have 1 year for see all the streaming, and I will be amazing. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna go back and watch.
Yes. we have 1 year. We have to watch the Spanish live stream. I have to pending to see the last year. Leave me 2 tests, no more. To watch it.
It's a lot of hours.
Yes,
I don't know if you're aware of that. It's a lot of hours.
Yes, I know. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, Alfonso.
Thank you for everything,
Wonderful.
Alfonso.
Yes.
This has been the most exciting World Championships ever.
Yes,
Right?
I know. Thank you to you. You are
Yes.
exciting. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, and here we're seeing the Polish team also getting close. And we haven't rounded out the stage yet. We still have a few spots left. We are at 7 finishers, I believe, unless I missed one while we were talking to Alfonso and some folks here, but I believe we're at 7 finishers, so there's still room on that stage.
I could just see Alfonso. He's showing his shirt off to people.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
It's so cute.
I got to give you a shout out, everybody. I also got one of those shirts, so I'm pretty excited.
You're pretty special.
I know what I'm wearing tomorrow around Valladolid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's still showing
There's
people his
nonstop.
shirt.
There's nonstop. Alejandro's team up in the top. I got to say, this is not their strong suit, this kind of puzzle. This really isn't, because the year that they won, this team is so impressive because they finished the New York City skyline puzzle that year.
Yes.
There was that was an unbelievable year. If you want to see something amazing, folks, go back and look at the Spanish live stream from 2022, and you can see that team knock out a 1,500 piece puzzle that was about 700 all black pieces, and they were the only team in this entire competition to finish.
Yeah,
that is their strong suit.
It was
They
an outstanding feat.
I could not believe that they finished that puzzle in the time period.
In the entire room, they were the only team.
Yeah,
So
nobody came close to completing that puzzle. There we go. The Italian team gets in there. That's fantastic. What a great job.
Whereas we're expecting most teams to finish both puzzles here today. Although we don't have a 1,500 piece.
No, and that was a whole different thing. If you go back and look at the older competitions, we had more like a marathon sessions with these very big puzzles, long competition. And there they are. There they did it. They made it. They made it to the stage.
Non-stop with Ana, Jimeno, and Alejandro. Congratulations.
So Alejandro's still on the stage for every event. I love to see it. He's such an amazing puzzler. Oh, are we going to see the Siberian team make it? Oh, that's so exciting.
I think Alejandro's going to get a roar of support on the stage.
Yes, of course.
Yes, they've done it. Yes.
29.
So that team is Valentina, Natalia, Maria, and Tasia.
Yes.
Congratulations,
oh,
team.
I think that rounds it out, everybody. I think that might round out the 10. I want to make sure, though, don't take my word for it. I'm a little bit concerned that I might have missed a finish somewhere in there. I'm going to try to load results. It might. We'll see if it works. It's been a challenge to get on the website. We've had so much traffic. It's just been. But I think right now, Diarn, it's going to be that constant applause situation in here.
I don't think I'll
the
complain.
Danish team, nice
sure,
work.
We have to shout to hear each other,
Yeah.
but you know what? I love the constant applause in
I
here.
do
The
too.
excitement just builds and
Yeah,
builds.
and there's the Kristen's team, the Arctic Puzzlers. They're doing well. They're still going to finish towards the top. And the Polish team. Whoo-wee. What a time. What a time. Oh, the Busy Birdies won. Yeah. it's on the next page. This is so funny. We're at the table, and I just got to say, and it's so cute. The international team has come over here, and they're like, what are the results? Because
Well done,
nobody
team.
can get on the website to see, nice job, Polish team.
Looking for the one
Yes,
piece.
and you know,
Oh.
that was a highlight, because that proved prophetic the other night.
Yes.
They couldn't find their piece, and then they went down one ranking because another team finished while they were looking for the piece.
And their team name was Finding the One Piece.
And so on the live stream, everybody was like, maybe they should change their name. And then they were joking about maybe we should write not looking for the piece on our shirts to just prevent us from having a jinx type situation. Oh yeah, this is just so exciting. Don't worry, folks. We will eventually be bringing over some winners to talk to. We'll try to get, our top 3 so that we can talk to them about these puzzles. I'm sure you're all excited to hear from Busy Birdies, the Puzzle Queens, and the Some Assembly Required team, but they're all celebrating a bit. We have to give them a moment to take photos.
Lots of photos.
Yeah, to take their photos and enjoy themselves and come
and
down.
hugs.
Yes, tears and hugs. Texting family members, all that kind of thing. So we will get them over here as soon as we can to talk to them. There's Wicked Quick. Wicked Quick just finished. Nice work, Wicked Quick.
A nice family team there.
Yeah.
Love seeing family teams do well. Were they missing a piece?
I love that I can go to the Nationals and always spot William with his Mickey ears. And here we are at Worlds, and he did the same thing. He did his signature Mickey ears so everybody can find him.
He's given up a lot of his time on his holiday in Spain.
Yes, he really has.
As have many of the volunteers. A lot of the volunteers have come over thinking they were just going to compete and spectate. And many of them have stepped up to volunteer day after day.
Yes.
None more so than you, though, Val.
Oh, thanks.
I want to thank you for everything you've done for this live stream to bring our viewers closer to the competition. Everyone on the live stream, I hope you're feeling closer to the competition as a result of this. And I truly believe that one of those trophies on the stand should have your name on it, Val.
I am getting all the love, and that is adequate for me. It's very rewarding to be here, and I love being in the center of the action, so it's fabulous. Okay, we're going to be joined in a moment from our Busy Birdie team.
We can share, yep.
Are you sure? We can all fit maybe, or no? Should I move over? Okay. Okay.
Notice as well, remember Alex.
All right. Here, it's happening. It's happening, everyone. The Busy Birdies are here with us. There you are. I'm going to try not to cry, compose myself. How are you feeling? Oh, my goodness. I mean,
Yeah, we're all just, shocked.
yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. So, little recap for you in case you don't know what was going on.
It seemed like we were close.
Oh, yeah, you were in it. I mean, it was really exciting because, you guys finished, I think, 3rd on the first puzzle. So, the Puzzle Queens had a couple minutes on you. I think about a minute 40. And then but the order was different. You had started with the Venice and then went to the Magical Rainforest. They were and so it was just like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? And then you caught up, and it was, I'd say about the last few minutes, we all knew, we were like, Busy Birdies have it. It's going to happen for them. I mean, just how are you feeling about these puzzles? I mean, when you pulled them out, were you like, yes, this is our jam? What were you thinking?
The illustration, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the second one. That's why we left it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew that would be your fastest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're world champions.
I know, we can actually say it now.
Right?
Wow. So weird.
Really?
And
Yeah.
this team, I mean, it's been so much fun.
Yeah.
We've become such great friends through this.
Yeah.
And that is just like a magical bonus, but perhaps even greater than any trophy we could get.
Agreed. No
Aw.
perhaps.
Yeah.
That's
Aw.
just truth.
Aw, that's so sweet. So, I mean, who I gotta ask, because from my perspective coming into this, the Puzzle Queens are intimidating. Was that the team you were looking out for? You were like, oh boy.
There were so many, but they were definitely the top. Like those,
Yeah.
the Puzzle Queens they're fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
They're world champions for
Yeah.
a reason.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
I think the international puzzlers were kind of a surprise, and the Polish team individually all did really well. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There were a lot of teams to watch out for.
Oh no, I know. It was you just had no idea what was going to happen coming into this. I mean, of course I wanted to think, we got this, but I mean, what has been your mindset? What are you telling yourselves as you're going along there and nobody's won yet, and you're still plugging away?
I believe Jean kept saying, "Go faster." There was a lot of, "We got this, we got this."
Yeah. So
We joke about the birdies flying before competition today, so yeah.
I think
I
it
heard
was
too.
about 10 minutes out from our finish that I stood up and said, like, go time or something
Yeah, oh, really?
ridiculous like that.
I felt pretty
like a
good,
movie.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good once I looked up and realized that a lot of teams had done the
Finish.
jumbo puzzle first,
First,
because that
yes.
made no sense to me. We wanted to do the hard one first.
Yeah.
And
So
I
you
felt
did think
better.
this was the hard one?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
We had some debate here because I mean, I know it's a little darker on that one side, but there's so much green in this one that we
Texture.
were like, yeah, there is texture.
And a lot
So,
of different
yeah.
color variations.
Okay, so for you guys, it was just an immediate, yes, this is the easy one.
We're also biased.
Venice-
We also
oh.
love that style. so-
Yeah, right. Okay. I mean, I'm just kind of blown away. I'm so excited. Did you know that there's 3 American teams in the top 5?
It's wild.
The top
I am
5,
so
that
Yes.
is
proud of
amazing.
them.
So number 1 is you, obviously. Number 2 is the Puzzle Queens. Number 3 is Karen's team. I believe. I mean, it was hard because everybody was so close to each other. And then we put the Betcha You Betches. And then, they were 5th. Mercedes Hungarian team was 4th, I think. I don't want to.
Congratulations.
We
Yeah.
are so proud of all
I
of
keep
them.
telling everybody, don't use me as an official because, we got to look at the official results as they come in. But we were doing our best over here to write things down as it was coming in. And it was incredibly fast. I mean, everybody was finishing one right after the other at that point. But, I mean, were there any moments when you thought, oh, what was happening? Or were you just in the zone completely? Were you able to shut things out a little bit?
We were mostly heads down.
Yeah. Because it is distracting in here.
I just kept waiting for the applause.
Yeah.
And then when we started to get close, I was like, maybe.
When the cameras were at the end, I think we thought that.
We hoped
Right.
at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a few moments where we were on like 4 puzzlers on it, on a split screen. And then it would cut away and we'd all be like, what? Oh, come back, because we were all just freaking out about how this was going to go. But I mean, yeah, did you come into this at all with any expectation, or were you like, let's just go have fun? Like, what was your mindset coming into the week?
Well, Jason, our motto is always to have fun. And so with this team, we have been. But, I mean, we wanted to do as best we could, all of us. And so there was a shot.
Yeah,
I would say
right.
it was hope more than expectation.
Yeah.
But a shout out to the lovely EB and Rob Shields, who projected that we would do very well, and I think that was a nice ego boost.
Yeah.
No, you think so? Maybe.
Also,
We have to.
I was going to say, we got to acknowledge the shirts.
Yes. So
Yep.
Busy Birdies is the name of one of the final puzzles from the team's competition at USA Jigsaw Nationals this year. And we loved it. We have some avid birders on our team. And we reached out to Dean McAdam, the artist, and he gave us permission to use the name, and in fact even gave us this logo for our shirt. So thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Dean.
This is
Everyone
really
gets a
all
puzzle,
because of
it's
you.
fun.
Yeah, right. I love the shirts. The design is adorable. I knew right away. I was like, well, that's Dean's artwork, right? He did a shirt for you. Have you assigned birds? Do you know who is who of your little busy birdies there on your twig?
Kathy and I were joking about this. The 2 on the right look super sweet and nice, so we were going to give that to Kathy and Becca. And then Andy and I were going to be the 2 on the left who looked a little more lively.
Next year we might have to call ourselves Magical Rainforest.
I'll be the sloth.
I like the idea of naming yourselves after a puzzle. I thought that was cute. Andrea told me yesterday we got the idea for watching Wicker Kittens, and I was like, that's fantastic. So yeah, I love that you're getting inspiration from puzzle names. Yeah, this has just been an incredible week. I want to know from each of you. Sorry, I'm trying to plug something in. I want to know from each of you, what's been your highlight? I mean, obviously this one, right? But I mean, any other things you want to mention as highlights from the week?
My absolute highlight, bar none, has been spending time with Alice Rowe.
Aww.
Just the most wonderful human being, an incredible young woman. I cannot wait to see what she does, and I hope that we are going to stay close friends.
Aww. Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah,
she's done
she's
so
amazing.
well. To come into this event as a national champion is intimidating, and I feel like she's just handled herself so well.
Yeah.
And just been, I hope, having a really good time and just enjoying this event and seeing all these people, meeting all these new people.
Her team just had a great finish.
I
too.
was just going to say, we saw them finish and they did an amazing job, and I got to keep pointing out their team name is, I think, one of the best.
Yeah.
Millennium Dome is, I think, now one of my favorite team names. I'm just like, that's so fantastic. I think every... Oh, yeah, no, yeah, highlights
for me,
you.
I gotta say, it was the random chance of winding up.
stole mine.
Yep. At the same table as Jean in finals for individuals.
I know,
What
that
are the
was so
odds?
cute, right?
If anybody ever asks how evenly matched are you, that's the proof. Because we
Yeah.
wound up the same ranking. So that was just a highlight for me.
That was very cool. Same for
Stole
you.
mine.
Yeah, Jean,
It
yeah.
was so funny. Like, it was one of the funniest things, and certainly was so much fun to finish out like worlds, individuals, side by side with Kathy. Like,
Yeah.
it was just fun. It was
That's
fun.
very cool.
I really was glad to puzzle with Kelly Walter again and repeat our success from nationals, and really enjoyed being with her. And it's kind of bittersweet because Kelly and the Reuters might not be here next year. And
I know, I've heard this.
I'm
That's
trying
so,
to enjoy
yeah.
these partners and figure out
Yeah.
what I might do next year.
We've talked about that, like that
I think
these
Andrea
teams
just announced
change
that
all
she's
the
on
time.
the market.
Yeah, right? You're gonna get snapped up before this event is even over, Andrea. I think you're gonna have some immediate interest.
Well, I know I can work with puzzlers that I don't get to practice with, so.
Right? I mean, that's another incredible thing. Is this the first time in a big competition that you're competing together? Because at nationals you had different teams.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
You witnessed my audition. Do you remember
I
that?
did. At nationals, Becca had
We
her
got
audition.
together and it wasn't really.
It wasn't really an audition. She was already in.
Right.
Yeah, we kind of knew what we were going to do at that
Yeah.
point, and we decided to try out a puzzle and see what would happen. And our
Yeah.
very first time, we had a really good time.
Yeah.
Both having a good time and then having a good time. You know what I mean.
Well, and
We
I gotta
thought this
get
bodes well.
I gotta give a shout out because on the Peace Talk podcast they mentioned that you're in good stead if you have Becca on your team because
You know
we have
you've made it.
right. You know you've made it if
Rob.
you have Becca on your team because she is just an excellent player, an excellent strategist, and such a generous, participant and giving of her advice and her love and support, and you're just amazing, Becca. So
Thank you, Val. I
And
needed a redemption song after last night.
I also have to acknowledge that you have an injured foot that you're dealing with, and you've been just being a champ all week and just dealing with it and moving on.
Several people have reminded me that Alejandro's first world champion win, he too was had an injured foot and was on crutches, and I think what they were saying was no excuses.
That is 100% true. Yeah, obviously it's much better than an injured wrist, right? Or actually, Amelia Lieberman, I was talking to her, she has a cut on one finger that just will not stay closed.
Oh, no.
And so for the first few days, she had bandages on it, and I was like, is that really harming? And she's like, sometimes the pieces stick to it, but other than that, she was like, it's not so bad. And I was like, Amelia, you're so funny. But yeah, again, opportunity right now. Is there anybody out there you want to thank? Anybody you want to mention and just give a shout out to?
I know, just again, my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, USA, JPA, everyone on board.
And just all the puzzle lovers out there. I'm just so happy this community exists, and keep puzzling for fun, everyone.
Yeah, agreed. Everybody who supports everybody here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Love it. Love the community.
Great.
I'll give a shout out. We have a lot of amazing U.S. puzzlers who couldn't be with us at Worlds this year, and we love you and we're thinking of you. So
Yeah.
Kelly Burr, Doug Elwanger, Hannah Scott,
Robin and
Jessica
Betsy.
Douglas,
Robin and Betsy.
E.B.
Yeah,
Karen.
Robin and Betsy, E.B.
We're thinking
yes.
about you, Michaela.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
lots of love to you all.
Well, thank you so much for coming over. Congratulations. I feel like we didn't even really get into the puzzles that much. It's all like touchy-feely feelings, but I mean, yeah, it's just so impressive, and you all did so wonderfully, and it was really fun to watch. So thank you so much.
Thank
you, Val.
Yeah, congratulations. While we're talking, the action has continued. I'm getting the sense there's been a lot of people finishing. Oh, I love the waving. Oh, that's so great.
So Busy Birds, how was that?
Oh, they're just so lovely. I
Yeah.
said, I was like, I feel like we barely talked about the puzzles. It was all touchy-feely. How are you feeling? You know, that kind of stuff. And mentioning the folks at home that have been so supportive. But they said just without a doubt that the Magical Rainforest is the easier of the two puzzles. They were like, we were kind of surprised.
What does that mean?
They just
Val?
said that for them, it was like they knew right away that, yeah, you won again, Diarn.
That-
you won
that's
again.
what that means,
Now,
yeah.
I think I owe you 2 cocktails. It's
Yes,
2 to
you
1.
do.
You won it because, yeah, they said they were shocked. They said at how many did the Venice one first. Or, I mean, sorry, the Rainforest one first. Because they were like, no, we just knew we were going to fly through that. The Venice
Right.
one was much more difficult. So, I don't know, man.
See, they're the words of a team who are confident they'll finish both puzzles,
Right, of
because if you're
course.
not confident you'll finish
Oh,
both
and there's Golden
puzzles,
State.
you really should do your easiest one first. But
Right,
they were
yeah.
they obviously knew they were going to get through both of
I
them.
kind of wonder how much that calculation actually comes into play with the strength of the teams that are in this room.
Yes.
I think most of them are, they know they're going to finish in under the 3 hours. And so, yeah, it just comes down to personal preference, really, of like which one do we want to tackle first. I never know what to say on that, because I feel like, you know, you could slow your momentum with a hard one first, but you could also be more fresh for the hard one. You know, I mean, it's just such a difficult choice to make. I think
That's true.
You know, to
Or
put
maybe
it
we
in,
need to ask the next team.
well, I was
how-
going to say, yes,
how
what
they
their
process
calculation
that.
was. I think if you asked Wicked Quick, they could tell you because they've probably done the research. They've probably tried it multiple ways to see what was the best result.
Here's another Australian
yeah.
team, Border Security, with one member of the team being completely deaf, and they all use their hands to do the countdown for the time. More dogs.
Oh, there we get some dogs. We haven't had nearly enough dogs. We had the best dog. We had Chiabella here. And of course, we loved Chiabella. Everybody knows Chiabella, but not enough dog content. So I'm just going to scooch.
Not enough dog content. Val,
I mean,
you're
it's a puzzle
softie for the
event,
dogs.
but I
Well done,
want the
team.
dogs.
You've got Yvonne on that
nice
team,
Golden
which was
State.
last year's national winner in USA. Look at these young boys puzzle. I love this.
Yes.
I love this, and it's puzzlers like these guys that get me excited about the Interschool Puzzle Club program in Australia. They are going to, it's kids like that who are going to absolutely shine.
Well, we have some guests, everybody, here at the live stream commentary table. We are joined by 2 of the teammates from Some Assembly Required, Karen Puzzles and Kat Dilks. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi. Thank you.
Well, how
And
are you feeling?
congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
congratulations.
you. Thank you so much.
Are you officially in the number 3 spot? Because I wanted to double check. because I mean, I'm just sort of like,
I haven't really been looking.
Yeah. It just, things were happening so fast, and I looked up and it was like, I think number 3, right?
We've been told number 3.
Okay, I'm sure that's correct. I felt like that we put the Betcha and You Betches came about 30 or 40 seconds after, I think, but I just wasn't, I was like, what's happening? But yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about that?
I feel great. I mean, there was kind of a lot of pressure because my team got second last year, but now I have a whole new team, so I didn't really know what would happen.
We were speaking of that, weren't we?
Yeah, we also won our semifinal, so that's more, like we were right up front, so that's more pressure.
Yep.
So,
yeah. I mean, I think I was pleasantly surprised. My team got 3rd place 2 years ago with about a quarter the amount of people. And with that quarter the amount of people, I feel like I was nervous that we wouldn't perform as well, but with a new team and the adrenaline from this type of a competition, I was really happy to podium. Yeah.
And it's your second time on the podium.
It is my second time on the podium.
Your first time here, 2022, with, I'm trying to think of your team name.
The Jigsaw Junkies.
Yeah, that's right. How could I forget Jigsaw Junkies? But yeah, you guys made it onto the stage that year as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, great work. I mean, obviously, Kat is a catch. If you get her on your team, you're going to do well on the world stage. So that's very exciting.
Kat is really good at delegating. I'm just like, I just want to puzzle. You tell me what to do. Like, you're such a leader. It's really great.
And I was a little worried that maybe I'd be too much of a leader, so I'm glad that you appreciate it and, that it wasn't too intense for people. Because I try to be kind. I've played sports my whole life, so working together with people, being involved with music and learning how to work together with other sections of people, I think it's just a quality of mine that I really appreciate.
There it is. Another American team just finished.
That's the table right in front of us. Well, you were saying you hope you're kind and you hope you're not too intense with the girls. I think by Karen's response just before confirms that you're a fantastic leader.
I'm glad for that, for sure.
Yep.
Now, we were discussing before whether teams, whether starting with or finishing with the hardest puzzle is a tactic you actually consciously make a decision on. Does your team have a tactic in that area? Do we intentionally start with the easiest puzzle, or what's your tactic there?
Yeah, we talked about it beforehand. We said we definitely wanted to start with the easier one to just get some momentum, just knock it out while we're still fresh. And so we opened them. Tiffany glanced at them, saw Venice, and was like, no, and immediately threw it under the table.
Oh, really?
We didn't even look at it. She was just like, no.
She's like, this one. Immediately no to the city. But Tiffany hates windows.
Oh, okay, so she was like, no, thank you.
So that, and buildings.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, goodness me.
That made the choice easy then. Yes. It's so funny because we just had, the busy birdies over there, and they were like, we could not believe that anybody did the Venice puzzle first. What were they, the Rainforest puzzle first. What were they thinking? And so that is, every team has their way of doing it, right? And so for you, that worked better to do the easy one first.
Well, and honestly, I think both of them look harder than they are, because if you look at the jungle puzzle, I think there's enough color differentiation and texture differentiation that you can literally pull a whole section and have all of the pieces for it, and then build around it, right? There were large animals in it that you could build around, and even if there were different types of leaves, they really only existed in one or two places, not all over the puzzle.
Yeah. So you're saying you choose your easiest puzzle to get it done quick and build some momentum and drive the team. We were wondering if perhaps saving the hardest puzzle till last, you're doing it when you're tired and your back's sore.
It's certainly a risk.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think, especially considering in 2022, you did 1,000 piece, and then you had a 1,500 as well.
Oh, that horrible.
It was a horrible puzzle.
Yeah.
So I think my brain is kind of like, if you know you can finish one, and you're not sure if you can finish the other, get the one you can definitely do out of the way, and then get as much done of the second one as you can.
Yeah.
Also, I think it turned out that both of them were about the same amount of time. Like, they weren't actually that different in
That was the
difficulty.
thing, because the first two places, one of them had done Venice, one of them had done Rainforest, and they finished like 13 seconds apart. So
Which
from
we
our
never-
from
we've
our
never had that
perspective,
before.
we were like, maybe these are very equally matched puzzles, really, you know? I mean, I do think being both illustrations, you know, it's not terribly surprising to me that we have 3 American teams in the top 5, because it kind of plays into the strengths, right?
Also, yesterday, a lot of American pairs placed pretty well with
Yes,
that,
exactly.
that other flat illustration. That's honestly kind of similar to this one.
Yes, right? Yeah.
Very similar.
Which I'm happy about, because that's my favorite type of puzzle.
Yeah. Karen is like,
Like, I'm just at home on a Sunday, like listening to a podcast. This is great.
Yeah.
What I did think was funny is that we actually added 20 seconds because we were missing one piece from each puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what, really?
The first one got accidentally stolen by another team.
No, was
and
it on the
second
floor
one,
and they grabbed it or
It was
something?
in the bag, and somebody
Oh.
saw it in the bag and thought it was theirs.
Oh,
So they
no.
grabbed
Okay,
it.
easily
and the
done.
second one was under Tiffany's chair.
Oh, no. Oh,
But
my
we
gosh.
didn't even look for them. We just called
Yeah,
for
we
the
just
10
called it.
seconds.
It's not
you
worth
did,
the
okay.
search, I don't
Right,
think.
right.
Yeah, how do you feel about that rule that was brought in late yesterday?
I like it because you can kind of make the decision before you even
immediately,
start as to
right.
whether you're going to look or take the piece, take the 10-second time.
Yeah, I think it was a little jarring to change in the middle of the competition.
Yeah.
But now that they've done it, I don't think it's that huge of a deal.
Yeah, okay. That's good to know, because I know there was still a lot of talk last night about it and how to handle it, because I think one of the reasons that it sort of came about is just it's so difficult in this with people of all languages, and you've got a lot of new volunteers as well, and so it's really hard to know how best to handle that situation.
Yeah, we were worried for the people who their language is not necessarily English or Spanish.
Yeah, it's difficult for
may
them.
have perhaps missed that rule change.
Oh, there's
so we were a
Scotia's
bit
team,
concerned about them, and calling time at the end is something that we have never had to do regularly. And the end of the puzzle is when most of the adrenaline is happening, and you're shaking and you're full of adrenaline, and we're thinking, and they've got to remember to call time, which is something they're not used to.
Yeah.
So that's nice to hear that you're happy with that rule change.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the times, would you guys say, is this one of your better times? Have you had that opportunity as a team to practice and put together thousands and kind of see if you're around that 40-minute mark? Or
1:52 for both.
Yeah, I think that's definitely up
Yeah.
there, like 40
Right.
minutes for each. Because
Right.
we did a weekend where we all got together. We did,
Okay.
like 15 puzzles.
Yeah.
Some of them were pairs, but a lot of them were teams puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
And our times range from like high 30s to over an hour for the harder ones. So
Okay.
I would say low 40s is like a very good time.
yeah, I mean, the fastest time potentially, the puzzle queens from the Czech Republic, it was like 37:58 or something like, for their first puzzle.
Yeah.
And that was like, wow, that's a pretty good time. Like they're 2 minutes under 40, that felt pretty fast.
Yeah.
Well, and I think even our prelim puzzles, we were timed, like 54? I don't think we had any under 50.
Yeah, well, they were harder.
Yeah, right.
Darker images.
Right. Yeah. Were you relieved? I would think I would be relieved pulling these ones
Yeah.
out.
These could have been a lot worse,
Yes.
couldn't they?
Right?
I mean, you
Could have
never
been
know
a
what
lot
you're gonna-
worse.
You never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Last year they gave us good, final teams ones as well. so.
Yes, that's true.
We brace ourselves for the worst.
I know we do, because there's an argument to be made that it's kind of fun sometimes to give everybody a really challenging puzzle to just see how they cope with that, because a team like Nonstop, who we saw finish that New York puzzle that one year, that would be in their wheelhouse to just get something with a big mass of solid color, and they could really excel at something like that. So sometimes you kind of like to throw a little surprise in there like that, but I enjoy this. We're debating, do you think all these teams are going to finish in under the 3-hour mark?
Do you think we'll clear the floor?
They still have an hour to go. We've had nothing but finishes
I think
after
we're always
finishes.
hopeful that everybody is going to finish,
Yeah.
but I think it highly depends on their ability to do the pictures that are offered.
Yeah, yep.
People have strong points and weak points, and it's hard to know, and I don't know many of the teams that are past maybe 50. So
we were acknowledging though how hard it was to qualify this year.
Yes.
So we think the teams that are in this final are exceptional teams.
Well, I just loaded the results. So we're at just about 2 hours, and 44 teams have finished both of them. And let's see, and there's 95 teams in all, right?
Yeah, no, there were 108 on the final roster.
Okay, well, 95 have finished at least one puzzle.
Okay.
Oh, so there's still a couple of teams that haven't completed their first puzzle. Okay.
But looking at the floor just now, I'm seeing a lot of white tables.
There'll only be a few left. Only be a few left, and as we know, this crowd is going to get behind them and lift this roof.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
So what do you think of the support that's here this year? You've been previous years. What do you make of the crowd and the support that's going on?
It's really fun. I mean, I love having so many people here to support all of the teams, and then they play the live stream up on the big screen so everyone can see what's going on. When you're not quite at the top and you just hear cheer after cheer, it can get a little demoralizing.
I do want to ask you, both of you, have anybody you want to shout out, or just like say hello to anybody, because there's a lot of folks watching.
Oh, I'll shout out my teammate from last year, or my teammates, Evie and Michaela, who aren't here this year, but Evie is having a watch party for all of them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she's been posting videos on Instagram. It's super cute and fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, also, I think Evie and Michaela and the whole watch party, shout out to them. Shout out to my World of Warcraft guild, who has been watching me at various hours of the day and cheering me on, and certainly shout out to my husband, who accompanied me here and has just been wandering Valladolid and supporting me, getting me food, hanging out with me when I'm relaxing.
Husband.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have you heard of the term husband?
No, but I love that.
We created this last year for the Australian husbands who are as supportive as what your husband supposed to be. So we actually made them shirts and pins this year.
Yeah,
to
I
really
got one for Mike, official husband.
Is this for me?
I mean, sure. I think you should take it. Mike's not here this year, so I think you should take it.
You can have that one.
Okay.
It's that basically. You've got to earn a husband pin. They don't just go to any man who's here. That's not what we call a husband. A husband, like you say, he's bringing you food. He's making sure you're the best you can be in your puzzle race. That, my friends, is a husband.
Yes, it is.
So you let him wear that proudly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming over, and I mean, I'm sure right now you're just like kind of flying on cloud 9, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many people here in the chat. They're just so excited for you, and congratulations again. And I mean, this is just awesome. I get to just talk to my American friends on the live stream because they happen to win competitions.
They happen to be amazing puzzlers.
Right.
Congratulations,
ladies.
Thank
you so much.
You're done. No more back pain.
Yeah, right?
No more aching
Relax.
shoulders.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you on the podium.
Yep. Oh my gosh, I feel like, we do these interviews and then I look up and a million different things have happened. I hope all of you in the chat have been catching all the finishers that have been coming in. As we were just talking to Karen a bit ago, we've had so many that have finished one of the puzzles and are on to their second. And then we've had a lot that have finished both. So it's really incredible to just see everybody doing so well.
They are doing, here's another team finishing right now. Great work, team.
I love that we had two exact opposite kind of theories going into this of how you should approach the two puzzle challenge. it just goes to show you have to figure out what works for you.
I love that they explained how they purposely do the easy puzzle to motivate them for the next puzzle.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's the way I would like to do it, I think. While you're fresh, just really zip out that first one.
And then bring it on home on the hard one.
Because I do feel like as you approach, you know, you're halfway through your second puzzle and nobody's won yet. I mean, I think that drives you to go faster, you know. So you don't need as much of the motivation because you're just like so hopeful that you're going to be the one that puts in that final piece first.
So we've got a team from Finland on the screen. Very sporty outfits.
I was just going to say, loving their jackets. Yeah, those are some nice jackets.
Oh,
can you believe this? They're like packing the place up already, Diarn. It's like kind of insane here. I do know that like we have to be out of the dome like after that ceremony is over this afternoon. We don't have a ton of time, so the volunteers they're hard at work. But it's, I mean, of course, we're still very focused on the puzzle action as well. But yeah, this place is a bit chaotic.
Well done, team from Germany.
Nice. I love the shirts. So there's a vendor in the back that can just like make a custom kind of shirt for you, and it's so fun to see what people choose and the design.
Country flag on it.
Yeah, they can put the country flags on them. It's great.
So we're looking at Puzzling for Fun from the USA. They're on nearly done there. Well done. Happy faces everywhere.
Sorry, I had some chatter there, trying to get some more guests for us to come on over.
Another team from Germany. Well done.
Oh, yeah, and I do have to point that out. Germany had the most competitors here of any country this year.
And after speaking with their board members, I believe it's because their association started in January this year, and I think that's made the difference of having an association just gives puzzlers a central point of information.
Yep.
So that was fabulous to see. It was an instant impact from starting a German Jigsaw Puzzle Association. Yep. And speaking of which, I do need to remind anybody from the UK, your new UK Jigsaw Puzzle Association have just released tickets for your UK National Jigsaw Puzzle Competition. They are on sale you can get them through the UK JPA Facebook page and Instagram. UK Nationals tickets are now officially on sale, so exciting times ahead for UK puzzlers.
Where you want me?
Going to cut to an ad break just shortly here, folks, and then we'll be right back with more action.
Here we are in
Okay. All right, we're back, and I believe we're back. And we have with us the We Put the Betcha and You Betcha team from Minnesota. So congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Number 5, I believe, right?
Yeah. We had so much fun today with our team, and it's nice to just keep our Minnesota team together through everything.
Yep.
We just wanted to get on the podium, and we successfully did that.
Yeah. Yep. Very Minnesotan up here. Yep.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah.
I love that foliage puzzle. It was great.
That was your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
The other one was a little dark. It was still really fun. It was just darker, so it was a little harder to do.
And we knew it was going to be, we wanted to do the easier one first because we wanted the momentum of pushing through, and then we'd use the end to get there. So.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Here's me always making hand signals back here, everybody. You're seeing the magic happen.
There's so much going on around us, so we quite often communicate from the left to the right, over the screen, around. So we do get caught out communicating.
I know. Yeah. Okay, so obviously I knew when these puzzles came out of the bag, I was like, well, this plays into their strengths. So
Yep.
I mean, but how are you feeling coming in? Because, there's just such strong competition at this event. It's unbelievable, right?
Yeah, I mean, my personal goal was to make it to finals for each event, which we did, so that was good.
Nailed
and
it.
And then team, we just wanted to make top 10, and so we met our goals.
Our real goal was to have fun.
That's
really true, though.
Yeah.
Well, at least that was mine.
Yeah.
My goal yesterday in individual finals was for Kristen to win.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was my goal.
You had a lot of control over that.
Really.
So have you had fun?
Yes. A lot of fun.
Yeah, we did. We were a little sweaty. We were a little sweaty, but it was quite fun. We had a good.
Not a sport if you don't sweat.
Amen.
Not a sport if you don't sweat. I love that.
I do. Well, I mean, it was. I would say. Okay, remind me. You guys did the rainforest first, correct?
Yep.
So, we're having a debate because one team, Andrea's team, the Busy Birdies, were like, oh, why would you ever do the hard one, first or what, and so it's just like it's an interesting debate to be having about which goes first. So what did you do?
For me, I always want to start with the easy one. One, it gives you an adrenaline boost because you're just popping those pieces in. And two, like, you never know what could happen. Like, out of nowhere, we could have a solar eclipse and you can't see anything. And if you're stuck on Cow Puzzle first, or even this Venice one is dark in a lot of places, like, and you don't finish your first puzzle, like, that's not a good feeling either. So, I think I always go with the easy one first.
Yeah.
It was so fun. How could you not?
The debate in doing the harder one, obviously, is that when you finish, then you can, and you hear other people finish, you can just say like, oh, it's only because we were doing the hard one first, and then you have the opportunity to pass someone at the end. But I do think our strategy was good.
It depends on if you're an endurance puzzler. Look at this. If you're an endurance puzzler or if you're a sprint puzzler, because if you're an endurance puzzler, you can do that hard one second and not lose momentum. Whereas some people that can't do two 1,000 pieces back to back, or it's really hard, like doing the easy 1 second is a great idea because then you can kind of coast a little bit. With your brain. Yeah.
I love having this debate because everybody's going to approach it differently. Do you assign tasks? Is it like, you compete together a lot, and I think that's one of the unusual things, right? Because the last two teams you talked to, also American teams, are both new this year, but you're always competing together. So do you feel like that's part of your success?
Yes. We all have assigned jobs most of the time. We have rotated those jobs over time, just depending on what we're feeling. But usually, like the bag, the box, who dumps it, that type of thing we all determine ahead of time. And today we picked, we knew Sarah, we said you pick whatever puzzle we do first. We didn't want to have a discussion. It was just like whatever she said, we were going with.
Another team's, I guess
it could cost
some
you
assembly
7 seconds.
Yep.
Some assembly required, they said basically they pulled them out and Tiffany just said nope and put that one under the table and made the decision. So that's pretty funny.
But I think too with us, we're not afraid to switch. So if we're stuck, we're switching.
That was a struggle today because we were in the third row, and so you're surrounded on both sides by people puzzling. Plus, they set up a camera usually at one end of your table, and you have no space to do a swap.
Yeah.
And so we've been thinking about it. We're like, okay, that really stinks that we lost a lot of time on swapping. But I think that is a strength of our team. A lot of teams don't swap at all, and that always
surprises.
Intrigues you.
Yeah.
I'm always like, you have to be willing to say I'm stuck, and that's hard when you are there. To say I'm not doing anything right now is hard when you want to be performing well and doing things. So to say someone help, I'm stuck, you have to know each other pretty well and be comfortable doing that.
I think that's another thing with our team is that we know each other so well that we are okay with being hey, you look like you're not, you look like you're stuck. Let me help you. We're kind of we're sassy. Come on, we put the betch in you betcha. It's a sassy name. So
surprise.
Yeah, we get really sassy with each other. And I do think that helps because we're very honest with each other about how we're feeling while we're puzzling. I'm having fun, or I'm not having fun, and I don't want to do this, or I'm going to just keep doing it.
We do constantly talk about the communication required. So in a pairs race, you need to communicate really openly, but at teams, it's next level communication. You can't assume what the others are thinking, and it's constant communication. We were noticing today, we can't hear the teams, but you can see some teams, like we were saying, the Australian All-Stars in particular, they talk almost constantly. So I imagine you guys are similar to that. You're constantly communicating with each other.
We're constantly talking.
It's so important. You know that we're communicating because if someone says a word, someone will start singing a song with that word in it. It's me or Andrea, almost always.
Or Andrea says it in an accent of some kind.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah. No.
We save that for the competition. Watch Karen's videos. Hear our
have you got a flag ready for the podium?
Yes. This little one right here.
She's got her little tiny flag. Don't worry, we got you covered. One of the board members brought a flag.
I'll hand it up to us.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
All right, well, congratulations to all of you. You rocked it. We're so happy for you. 3 U.S. teams in the top 5. You
Amazing showing.
can't complain, right?
No.
So we love it. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
So here we are with Fernando.
Okay, and we are back. We have some very special and very colorful guests with us here.
Yes, we're so excited. They're beautiful outfits.
All the way from Cameroon. Please introduce yourselves.
Yes.
We have
I am Ren Mobimpa. I'm the president of the AZEP Association.
Fabulous.
I am Paul Andre Mobimpa, statutory advisor at the association as well.
Fabulous. And is this your first time at the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships?
Totally the first time. First time for me to have a box of 500 pieces. First time for the Cameroon country and the members of our association AZEP. First time for many things. First time to enjoy these amazing and beautiful people from all over the world.
And we cannot wait. Oh, the camera has turned.
Yes,
on.
I'm so
Look
happy.
at these
I should say,
beautiful
yes, introduce the other folks that are with you today.
Me, I'm Nelly Mobi. I'm a member of the association AZEP, and it's my first time here to participate at the...
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Welcome.
great.
Thank you.
Yes.
And who else do we have? Come nice and close to the microphone.
En español.
Oui, yes, es mi primera vez para participar a la competición.
Ah, nice. Well, so, yeah, I'm so excited to have you here. How many, is it just the 4 of you from Cameroon who are here, or did you have more participants that joined you as well?
Okay, we have about 100 participants in Cameroon.
Okay.
But we are the only one to participate of this championship.
Ah, okay.
Fabulous. And what is your impression of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships?
Oh, it was particularly hard at the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 500 pieces for like 1 hour and 30 minutes is very fast.
Yes, yes.
For the amateur like us, it's a great experience. Yes, it allows us to just continue to improve ourselves, to continue to improve and be here the next time to be a little bit high in the classment.
Yes, I think that next year, by next year, we will be more, and we will be more faster.
Yeah,
yes, we are going to improve. We have more boxes, and this was another occasion for us to meet the president of the the World Federation and to meet people of Robinsburger. So we now know how to buy more boxes of puzzles for more training and to be more rapid. So we will come faster. We will become faster, stronger and faster.
I love that. Well,
Yeah.
you absolutely look fabulous. I
Yes.
know you've been getting a lot of attention from all the puzzlers from around the world.
Yes, I definitely think if there was a prize for the best, outfits of the entire event, I think you guys would be up there. It's just fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Yeah.
Because, we made this for, it is another occasion for us to show the culture, a part of culture of Cameroon, how it's rich and so on. And it is another way for us to show to Cameroonian people that we can attend this championship.
Of course, yeah.
And that we can do many things, not especially be the first in puzzling, but we can bring our impact of some other things.
Yeah. Well, I have to ask. So I like to ask this question: what is the puzzling vibe in Cameroon, or what is the puzzling atmosphere in Cameroon? Do a lot of people jigsaw puzzle? Is it a very popular activity?
Actually, it's in development right now. It's not just. It's not too high. It's not too low. It's just in development. It's
30
in
minutes
its
remaining.
infancy.
Quedan
There is
30
not
minutos.
a government organization right now, but with our attendance in this championship, we will try to bring a more
More and more.
Contests?
official a more official organization for this practice in Cameroon.
Yeah.
Yes, now we are working to to establish a federation in Cameroon.
Fabulous.
And then as I'm going back, I'm going to improve it for the whole year so that I will bring more and more. Maybe next year will be around 1,000 puzzlers in Cameroon.
Ah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
So you'll have to share this live stream with your people at home so they can see what happens here and see that, you know, it makes me very excited to hear this from people all over the world, like coming together. Like what you are doing is so important to kind of give back and try your best to get others involved and bring people together.
Yes, we shared the different web.
Oh, like
links.
a website.
The different links, and people especially for our association, were looking at us directly.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
That's fabulous.
We share photos. We share the link, and always we were sending our emotion, what we thought, and the photos and all these things. So it was really.
Could they believe how fast the champion puzzlers are?
Can you repeat your question?
Oh, yeah.
Could the people at home watching the links, could they believe how fast the puzzlers are?
They couldn't believe. They couldn't believe.
The procession were astounding, to say the least.
Yes, astounding, because sometimes you have people who finish the 500 with 26 minutes.
Oh, yeah, 26 and some minutes.
minutes.
For
That's
500 pieces?
Wow. But we have really in our association we have some small the girls, some girls and some boys. 12 years, 30 years, that we are going to train for them to improve. I think that in 2-3 years they will come here and they will do something very good.
Oh, we look forward to seeing
I
them.
know, we want to see that. Like, definitely bring them, because we keep talking about that the young people that are really good, that we're going to start to see younger and younger, you know, like really coming in and doing amazing things.
Saw it.
Yeah, we did see it.
And I think that the next time we will be better in team, because as we saw now, for us, we are not more so young than so I know. I particularly I will not play individual anymore, but I can play pairs and teams. And for that, I think that we can do something great next time, because we need to improve our discipline and strategy and technical tips too, because we need numbers of borders and so on. There are many things we are going to improve. We will come back.
There is so much to learn from being here and watching these puzzlers, isn't there?
This is part of the journey.
Yes, very true.
Well, so what is one thing you're going to bring home with you to either tell people about or share? What will you bring home to share from this experience?
From this experience, working, teamwork.
Team building.
Team building is really, really, really important. And something else, being available for the other.
Yes.
Because this was a lack of us. We didn't train together, so we didn't understand how to manage things together. And we are bringing the fact of joy between everybody. If there was joy everywhere, every day. Nobody is fed up. Never give up. Still going up and up. Never be so. Apart joy, we are bringing people, because we met many people. We got the addresses. We are going to change. We are going to be richer for people.
Right.
And we are bringing boxes. We are bringing many
boxes of puzzles. Yes.
So many boxes of puzzles.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's really amazing. We thank everybody, because we were really welcome by everybody.
And you certainly are welcome. These events do bring people together in such a special way, don't they?
Well,
Yeah.
thank
Thank
you
you very
so
much.
much for
Thank
coming by
you,
the
thank
live
you.
stream and saying hello. I know it's been a busy morning, and
Yes.
we were like, okay, we want to bring you over, but we're so happy you could join us and,
Thank you very
for
much.
being at this event. It's wonderful to see folks from Cameroon participating, and I hope we see many more in the future.
By God's grace, many
Yes.
more.
Thank you so
very
much.
Thank you.
For your
Bye,
time.
bye.
Enjoy the rest of your time in
Thank
Spain.
you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So here we are with Fernando once again.
Okay, we're back.
We've had a couple finishes. Or one finish there. Sorry we missed that on camera.
So here we are in the Sala
We are back, I believe. All right,
Hey,
folks,
everybody.
we are back. There are 2 teams left in the teams final of the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. We're hoping the camera is going to take us there as much
show
as
us
you
some
are hoping the
folks,
cameras
yes.
take the cameras off us.
Yeah,
we want to see the
wanna see how
puzzlers.
they're doing.
Bring us back to the
Yeah, bring us
puzzlers,
back to the
please.
puzzlers.
You don't need to see us. We want to see our last puzzlers in the World Championships.
Right.
They deserve our attention. They deserve our time, and we're looking forward to getting back to their table. I know their family and friends are
Yes.
looking forward to seeing them.
And their cameras, they're out there.
Here we go.
Yes.
Okay,
There
thank
we
you
see
very much. We've
the
got a
Japan team in there. That's
and
exciting.
as I was saying earlier, Japan are right on the cusp of having a Jigsaw Puzzle Association in Japan.
Yes,
so that's exciting
so exciting.
news.
We have 10 participants here from Japan this year. Last year, I think there was 1. So they've multiplied by 10. So that's exciting.
And Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico team 105. That's awesome.
Now
And I love this. That they've probably, obviously they've finished one puzzle. This is the second one they're working on. So I'm just excited to see that people are still going at it. We have 14 or
don't give up.
13 minutes left to go. As we're rounding out this live stream, I want to talk about a highlights, Yarn, because this has been quite a week. This is our 5th day. Can you believe it? It went so incredibly fast. We're on the last day. This is our last competition. We hope you'll come back for the closing ceremonies that are going to be broadcast as well. I don't think we'll be commentating because we'll be on stage helping to hand out awards, but we'll be showing people as they collect their trophies. And one of the big highlights of that, and one of the major highlights of the week, is going to be seeing Kristen Tu from Norway hold up that individual world champion puzzler trophy.
I think our ears are going to be ringing with the noise from the crowd.
Oh, it's going to be
There's so much support.
incredible.
And I don't know if everybody has seen the trophy. It is
it's
a
beautiful.
spectacular trophy.
Yes, it is a beautiful trophy, and we're going to get to see Kristen hold that aloft. There are other things that I want to just highlight from the week. I mean, obviously, seeing all these new puzzlers has been a really great thing.
And they're fast.
And they're so fast.
New fast puzzlers.
Right?
It's intimidating.
It is. It's a little intimidating, but it's also really cool to know that there's all these folks out there that are doing this on their own, maybe have never competed at all in an in-person event, and then have come here and done well. But I mean, we doubled the size of the event this year, so clearly there's about 600 new puzzlers here, and we've seen such progress.
Hence a couple of technical difficulties. Now we've got less than 12 minutes left, and I think the Japan team might
think they
finish
might
that
finish,
puzzle.
which would be
Yeah.
awesome if we could see them finish it in this time.
I don't believe the Mexico team is going to finish their puzzle, but we do encourage them to keep going because it comes down to piece count.
Yes.
So every piece that goes together is going to matter.
Yep, and then they'll rank all the teams at the end based on the piece count and their completion times. We saw some incredible times.
We've seen world records.
We have.
this year.
I feel like we have seen, because we have 2 people that finished in the very first individual divisions, Kristen Tuve and Kati Reiner, both finishing a 500-piece puzzle in under 30 minutes. That's never happened before. That was a new record.
And well under 30 minutes.
Yes. I mean,
Was it
Kati was under
26 minutes?
27. Yeah, it was 26 something, and then Kristen was right under 20. I mean, they were like 20 seconds apart, both under 27 minutes. I mean, it's incredible. I will say, just so you know, we didn't expect to see that in the final because those were unreleased puzzles in the final, and both of them had completed those early preliminary rounds. They had done those puzzles before, so thus the very fast times.
Yeah,
But
and we were
still
speaking
amazing.
earlier about the memory that's required when you do a puzzle. You actually start remembering details on pieces that are sitting on your table, and you actually know where to find them. So that's short-term memory, but long-term memory, people start to familiarize
They're getting very
themselves.
close, the Japan team. You can do it, Japan. You've got almost 10 minutes, and that is not looking like a lot left.
I think they're going to do it.
I sure hope so. That's usually one of the exciting things about this competition is how much everybody's going to cheer them on towards the end in the hopes that they finish.
And they are not aware of the time, so I'm hoping Charlie will be on stage and perhaps give them a 5-minute countdown so that it may just give them the last little boost that they need to say, oh, hang on a minute, we might actually have that enough time to complete this. It might be more time than they realize they've got.
Right. I mean, that's been another highlight of this week, and a first is that we've had qualifying rounds where we've allocated, an hour and a half for people to finish. And then at an hour and 15, the room is cleared out.
The entire room finished.
We've had live streams finish early. It's incredible.
The speed of the puzzlers this year has just gone to a new level. And it's not even just our champions. It's everybody. Everybody's improved. The new ones that have come on the scene have arrived with incredible times.
Yes.
They haven't just arrived with amateur times. They've arrived with champion times.
Yes.
It's just incredible, and it's exciting.
Yeah, and as an organizer, you kind of go, maybe we got to rethink this, like how we set up the schedule, because maybe we don't need this much time for people to complete puzzles because they're coming in hot. They're crushing it.
The images this year were beautiful.
Oh, that's true.
They had some really good puzzle
images. If we'd
images.
had a little bit more challenging puzzles, that hour and a half or so might have come in handy. But you're right. We've had a lot of puzzle images that lend themselves to very speedy competition. Another thing I want to highlight, there have been some moments that I feel like will forever remain in my memory because they were so dramatic. And we had one finish in the pairs semifinal where we had the Aussie team, Katrina and Rihanna, at the same table. They were sharing a table with Victor and Natalia from Poland. It was the Pink Thunder puzzle. And so it was pairs round C, and they got to the end, Victor and Natalia, they had 2 pieces missing, and
three, I think it was.
Was it 3?
I thought it was 3.
You could barely see the Australians next, but you did see this pile of pink puzzles kind of on the Australian side, and all of a sudden, we just see on camera Victor and Natalia digging through their pile of purple pieces to put theirs together, and literally the whole crowd gasped, like, what are they doing?
What is he doing? He's so confidently just taking their pieces.
Yes.
But
we did find out some behind-the-scenes info on that.
Katrina had offered her section of pink pieces to him to select from. She had a feeling that she was aware that she had dragged some pieces earlier on.
And they did. They found them. They found them in the pile, and they got them all in, and it was just like the most exciting finish ever. Everybody was cheering, and it was so dramatic to watch that moment. We've seen other moments like that where folks have just done something, or we've not seen a team on screen for a long time. And, here in the audience, just to give you some perspective, it's hard as a spectator to really see. We're on the same level as everybody. And so you're kind of, the spectators are on the edge. If a team is sort of in the middle, all you're going from is what you're seeing on the live stream, and there's a giant screen in here, so everybody will be looking up. And once in a while, you would see, you wouldn't have seen a puzzler for a while. Then we would go back to them, and they're almost done, and the whole crowd would be like, whoa. There would be this, awe, this, sense of awe in the room, and everybody would just get so excited, and it was really incredible to have those moments as well.
I think for me, one of the highlights was the crowd this year are so engaged.
Yes, so
they
engaged.
are so engaged in everything that's happening on the competition floor, and it's just added that next level of excitement at the event.
I catch myself sometimes where I'm just staring and looking through the crowd and watching them, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be talking.
I took a photo just earlier when there were more teams racing, and the spectators are waving their flags.
Yes.
It's just lovely.
Oh, yeah. It is a little you talked about, and Diarm dropped this bombshell early in this live stream, that she's in talks with the International Olympic Committee in an attempt to bring this to the 2032 Summer Games in Brisbane. And I mean, that's a pretty big thing to share with everybody.
I will take any support or inside information anyone's got, but I've started the ball rolling, so help me out if you can, or sit back and wait for it to happen.
Olympic committee and tell them include speed puzzling, because I really think it should be in there. And this already feels like an Olympic event. I think that was kind of getting at is that.
I mean, have you seen the Australians' outfits?
Yes, right.
They are Olympic quality team outfits.
They are. They have shorts, jerseys, jackets, pants. Like they've got the whole thing. Yeah. Oh, Japan is getting close. I could see back there just now when we saw them on screen for a moment. I think they're going to do it. They've got 4 minutes left. Do you want to? Yeah. And so this is exciting. We're going to have Charlie join us. You can see him jumping onto the table here. Here he goes. They're finishing.
Yes.
Everybody's clapping for them. Japan, you can do this.
I love this. They've got all the support.
They're going to do it. There they are.
And for those of you who don't know, Anne Watanabe, she's a social media influencer. She's the one there closest to us in the show. Oh, they're missing a piece, and they look like they're looking for it. Oh, I love this. Everybody's looking around for the piece for them.
One member's under the table.
Oh,
they might have to take their 10 seconds.
They might have to take the 10 seconds.
They pulled time on it.
She's just
all of that effort, and be careful! Don't let it get tight. Oh, there it is. Nice work, just under the wire. Oh, that's excellent.
10 seconds. I don't think that's going to come well. So I've come. I come with an apology as well. Sad, but I would like to apologise. I gather that there's been a bit of a mix-up with a language barrier here, and I'd say let's call them eager volunteers as well.
Started to kind of pack it up early.
And somehow the signs have got lost in translation. We really shouldn't have. They really shouldn't have been clearing up. So I'd like to say that, but
I mean, what a week, right? Don't even say it, Charlie. Don't get me started. I'll start crying immediately. You can't. Don't be nice to me right now, everybody. You in the chat too, everybody. No being nice. I'll start getting teary-eyed. I'm sad to see this week coming to an end. I've been looking forward to this all year, being with all of you on the live stream, being with the two of you at this desk.
This has been really fun.
This has been a fabulous week. Charlie, what's the number one thing you're coming away with? What's going to remain in your heart?
What will remain in my heart? I mean, there are a lot of things. Kristen, I think, winning. I mean, that you can't, that was, I think, Alejandro's reaction as well, which I thought was amazing, which I mentioned before. Heartwarming. It was just so generous, spirited. And he was just genuinely happy for having finished his puzzle. I enjoyed that. Hannah and Mel's celebration semi-finals in the pairs. Then obviously we've got, who was the Polish
Gosha. I saw her team finish a while ago, and
she's got a prize. I've read she won the quiz. With the quiz as well.
She won the quiz. Oh, that's exciting.
You'll better see photos as well on Instagram at PezQuiz, PezQuiz. So there'll be photos shortly of last week's quiz on that. You'll see the dress come up later on as well when we give out the prizes as well to the top 3 teams.
Well, that's exciting. That's part of the closing ceremony.
That's part of the closing ceremony. We've got some prizes for them.
Yeah.
It'll be a very quick part, the first part as well, because it's, let's face it, it's not the most important part.
But there was a special quiz because it was an international quiz.
It was international.
We had people partaking from all over the world in an international puzzle-related quiz.
You even got points if you had an international
you got 2
team.
points for every you had a maximum team size of 8 people, and you got 2 points for every different nationality you had. And some teams did make it to the full quota.
You encouraged that coming together.
16 points.
Right,
you're all American, you're all Australian,
Charlie,
you're all French.
You're going to have to make an announcement soon. We're down to the last 20 seconds.
Okay, just a moment. We'll just do that.
We're going to do the announcement from the live stream desk.
Oh my gosh, how excited. Okay, go up on stage. All right. So yeah, he's about to close us out for this final live stream. I don't know how much longer we're going to have at the end of this, so that I feel like I have a million people to thank. Of course, you, Diarn. You've been amazing. You've been my favorite co-host, my favorite Australian.
You know I love doing this with you.
Yes.
I admire your talent and your skill at doing this, and your stamina.
Thank you.
Oh my
I
goodness,
still have a
Val.
voice, everybody. It's
Well
made it. I
done,
made
everybody.
it. I was a little worried. I was like, when we were yelling to just be heard last night, I thought, oh, I'm in trouble now.
Yeah.
But
Jigsaw
it's
Puzzle
held out, and I'm so glad. And I have to thank all of the people that have been on the live stream. I feel so privileged that I've had the opportunity to talk to, I don't know, I should have kept count, 40, 50 people maybe over the course of this week. I mean, every day we've tried to bring new people on. I loved all of those content creators out there that do so well at this and just are natural on the camera and natural talking on the microphone, and it's just such a pleasure to talk to all of them. So I want to throw a huge shout out to all of those, and of course the crew, Rafa, Fernando, Ernesto, Marco, just David, all of the crew. They've all been so fantastic.
There's some pretty special people behind the scenes
really special.
here.
And every morning I get here and they all just greet me and hello, Valerie, and it just makes my morning. And I'm just so excited. And they're just the kindest people. That's the best part of all of this.
And we look forward to that every year,
yes,
don't we? You know
do.
they're going to be there again because they come back and they do it over again.
And I've met so many wonderful new volunteers with all the international volunteers this year. It's been just so, it just is a heartwarming
And this man
experience.
here has done an incredible
Yes,
job
and I
this
love
year,
that you were on the live stream more this year, because I feel like in past years it's been a little, not as much, but
Yes.
this year you were able to join a lot, and we
I've
love
loved
your
it
insight.
as well. I've loved it. I hope you have as well online. I know you missed Valerie on my stint yesterday, but I mean, what an amazing job you girls have done. It's just soothing. I mean, I think I'll probably use it. I'll watch it before I go to bed as well. And just doze off
fall
to it.
asleep to
fall asleep to
our
dulcet
coordinated.
tones
Well, I
and
was just going to say, I start to sound like Diarn after a few days. I'm already doing the the oh no, like the oh no, it's like I'm doing
Oh,
it.
you know, it's like you just did it.
Right, I know.
Oh, you know.
So I start to pick up the characters, but I mean, honestly, it's been so much fun.
Amazing fun.
And all of you out there, I hope you've had fun, and we appreciate all your comments, and you're so helpful in the chat, answering each other's questions.
It's been lovely, hasn't it? The chat, actually,
lovely.
it's been lovely, and you've pointed out some things as well, which we'll definitely be taken into consideration for next year. You've got to have a debrief.
We're gonna learn. We learn every year. Yeah.
But we'll learn, and next year,
Come back
bigger and
even
better.
better.
There'll be more mistakes as well. But I mean, what?
We're only human.
Yes.
We're only human.
Yes.
But I mean, the abiding memory is of happiness, of smiling faces everywhere, of friendly people.
It's been incredible.
We need you.
Yeah, we do.
Join us next year.
We do.
And I do hope, I said it before, I do hope the live stream allowed you to feel a bit closer to the action.
Yes.
Brought you closer to the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championships here in Valladolid in Spain. Seeing your comments brings us closer to you, so thank you for engaging in the live stream. That's been fabulous.
100%. And I mean, I know it's not possible for everybody to make a trip to Spain. It's a quite, expensive undertaking. That's why the live stream is here, to make this something that everybody can be a part of. And so we love that you've all been able to join us over the course of the week, and come back for the closing ceremony to see those heartwarming moments when they're holding up their flags and they're so excited to be on that stage. They've all worked incredibly hard. We're so happy for the puzzlers. They're the ones that make this happen, right? We wouldn't have anything to do if it wasn't for these puzzlers bringing their A game and just impressing us all with their talent and skill. It's been an incredible week. So just thank you so much to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yes,
No
we'll
more
see you
to say.
next year. We'll see you next year. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We're still saying goodbye.
I know. It's always a long,
cuddle
awkward
all day.
goodbye. It's a long,
We can
awkward
cuddle
goodbye.
all day.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Con Caja Rural no te comunicarás a través de móvil, ordenador, teleoperadores impersonales ni empleados desmotivados.
We'll be happy again.
Para nosotros lo más importante es el trato humano, cada vez con más oficinas y más personas, con cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra. Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú.
Desde Caja Rural de Zamora queremos apoyar a quienes permanecen aquí y depositan su confianza en nosotros por cercanía, eficacia, profesionalidad y compromiso con nuestra tierra.
I felt all alone. The memory breaks my heart. Now we're heading the right direction. We'll be happy again, together again, together again.
Caja Rural de Zamora. Gente como tú.